Jaxx on sax with Bax.
Come on. Third guest. First guest doing third time.
First guest doing the third time.
Is it? Who else? I think Ollie's done to Mike Kamara, essentially. That's about it.
No one's going to catch up on me. I'm going to be here. They're going to think this. In fact, I know someone who already thinks this is you and me's podcast.
Who's that?
Spencer Kennedy.
I'll do this. Yeah, well, that'll be a wiki podcast. Spencer Kennedy. I love Spencer Kennedy.
He wants to come on the podcast.
Does he? Mm-hmm. It's funny how people say it to other people, but not to me.
But that's what I'm
It's
saying.
like-
I think he thought that he was saying it to the podcast. He thinks this is you and me's podcast.
Oh, I
so
see
he
what
was
you
saying,
mean.
"Oh, let me come on your podcast."
We've done a couple of gigs with him together. We did that one in Christmas. That was like 2 years ago, though.
Flipping hell.
I like that guy.
And Gemma just did one with him as well.
Did she?
Yeah, Charlie
Wicked.
got him on it.
Charlie's wicked, man. He's such
Isn't
a
he?
cool MD.
That's what
He's so calm, like-
hold my weight. In it, you're got the whole time. You're just got. You don't have to feel any pressure or any stress. He's just like.
He doesn't raise his voice or anything. I like that.
None
When
of
people
it.
just stay super calm. Him
Which
and
we-
Alex Hawkey are two of the best, I think.
But Alex Hawkey, you can tell that he's processing whatever emotion it is that he's not expressing.
Right.
He's got a lot more going on in his face than Charlie does. Charlie
Just
gives
deadpan.
nothing away. Me and Charlie, I really like Charlie. I can tell Charlie really likes me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be able to tell if Charlie didn't like me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
know. But I think I would know if Alex Hawkey didn't like me because he's showing emotions on his face. His face is showing it all the time.
Right.
Like it's like he's got his eyes will wander if he needs to look away to think. Like he's got so many tells, but you just don't know what they're telling.
Yeah.
Charlie ain't got no tells.
He'd be a good poker player then.
He'd be a
He'd be
wicked
really
poker
good
player.
poker player. But it's like a thing though, isn't it? I heard people talk about this before. It's definitely a thing that a lot of people, musicians say, like keys player autism. Like,
Right.
there's a lot
I
of
haven't heard
keys
that before.
Yeah. Because you think like a lot of them are similar kind of characters. Like keys player autism.
Els, who played with us on Pizza Express.
Is he?
I don't know,
Doesn't seem it though.
but I can't put a pin on his personality.
There's something.
Thing is, I'm enjoying people whose personality I can't pin. I can't tell what's going on. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
He's one I can't.
Well,
I can't
it's
pin.
enigmatic, isn't it? It's an enigma of.
Yes.
It's like a small game of chess.
Yeah.
But you don't really know what's going on. You're like, it's better than the people you can just work out straight away. That's kind of boring.
I think so. It's when I think I'm workoutable straight away. So I find myself I think I'm boring. But I'm trying to be. To be fair, I'm trying to be.
Do you not think people get a different perception of you? Say, do you not think I've got a different perception of you than someone who has just met you?
I'm trying not to have that.
Right.
I'm trying to do what it says on the tin. Because I think again, I must have said it before. I am boring if I'm trying to be something that I'm something else. Like so, eluding or alluding, alluding or alluding to what I am is all long. I take effort. I am this thing here. That's what I already am. That's it. And I've tried, or maybe because I've tried being mysterious, tall, dark, handsome,
Yeah.
shit. And I'm shit. I'm rubbish at it. I'm really good at whatever I already am.
I feel like that's a
I'm
younger
happy.
man's game, though, right? Do you not feel like when you're kind of like in
George Clooney was tall, dark, handsome. He wasn't dark like I'm dark, but he was tall, dark, handsome. The more he aged, Brad Pitt, I think he had a peak. He had like a tall, dark, handsome curve. I never got it. I never got tall, dark, handsome.
but they're acting, right? So I guess
Yeah,
you never
yeah,
really know
that's
who
true.
they are.
Yeah, yeah. That's the difference, bastards.
Yeah.
You lot had a face to put on.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not my thing. I think don't use this part of the podcast. Oh shoot!
I like
man.
that he's dark, but not dark like me. That's quite funny.
Should I shut that door?
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps coming open and shutting. Guess because he left it on the latch. And 1 second, everybody.
This is where we're gonna.
In front of it, they're going to keep coming in and then bash it.
I don't think they're coming in anymore. I think they're done.
No, they're definitely going to come back in.
Really?
Yeah. They'll be fine. You won't hear.
Okay.
Welcome back. No, I like that. That was a good start. It's a good start to a conversation.
When someone's like, "What's happening in podcasts?" before they introduce it, before they say, "Welcome to the Max on Sax podcast." Today I'm joined by guest Jai Amore.
That is so not. That intro is so not me.
It's long.
It's so not me though.
Also, for the people who want to stay modest and just get to know me for the value inside, they don't want to have an intro.
But I wouldn't come up to you and be like, Jay, I am Max on Sax. Welcome to my world. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say that. I'd be like, how are you, mate? Just want to speak to you.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Hi.
Welcome to my realm.
Right?
I wouldn't say that. I'd just be like, how are you? How's the family?
I think there are people who do want to know who you are. I'll tell you what, though. I think if somebody could, on face value, watch an episode and know who Max is when they start watching, I think that they would have maybe more of a context of what the conversation is. Like they ask, what's this podcast about? And I find it really easy because I think I had a context on who you are before I came on a podcast. I guess somebody who doesn't, and I guess also for the layman.
Yeah.
For someone who is just stumbles across you on YouTube. And I'll tell you the reason why I think that is because there's a podcast, American, there's an ex-footballer, I can't remember his name, and I should based on the fact that I've seen him a few times. But he had Cat Williams on his podcast.
Oh, wicked.
And his podcast went through the roof. It was already going up. He's already got a following,
Is that the one where he just bitches about loads of comedians?
Yes.
Right, it went viral,
And it went viral, right? But we also know that podcast is where you were going to get that kind of guest having that kind of experience. Because it's almost like he drums up all of the African-American or American-African cultural hood experience and gossip and the stuff that isn't really the highest vibration, but a lot of people want to talk about it and hear about it. So if you can clip some of that and show this is what you get from this podcast, everybody will galvanize around it because it makes sense based on what you already know of the podcast. Now he's got a guest that does it as well. And he's like, yeah, you're going to get that drummed up. Whereas Max, if you knew you're going to get insider information about this music industry and just the people, the actual just human beings who live in the industry, who make their living and they support their families and they fulfill their dreams and they express their art in this community. But what's the underlying humanness of them? And that's what the podcast is about. People will be like, I'd be watching it because I know that that's what's inside it.
Yeah.
And I think people would have to watch it to find that out.
Okay.
But you might want to be able to also give them that without them having to watch it, find out.
Yeah. Because I guess in my head, I'm like, I like it to be a bit enigmatic and a bit like, what's he going to talk about today and what? Because I don't just want to have musicians on. Obviously, I've had loads of like health people on and people who are like into psychology and mental health.
Then why do you call them Max on Sax Presents?
Because I am Max on Sax and I'm presenting.
But before you were Max on Sax, you were already Max. So why don't you just call it Max Presents? What's the difference for you?
I don't know. I guess because that's what people know me as.
Fair. So you've gone out into the world. Because you're a musician, you've been able to establish certain relationships in the world.
Yeah.
But because of those relationships, you can now talk about anything you want to, which makes sense. That we Max on Sax. The thing then is, the sax lets somebody think something's going on to do with that sax.
Yeah.
Because people know you as a sax player. The person who's coming on the podcast knows that they can talk to you about anything. But the person who's watching it doesn't, which keeps it enigmatic for sure. But I think there might be a fine line between enigma and confusion.
Right.
And you've got to curate. You've got to curate either side. If you don't curate, you might leave someone in confusion. If you do curate, you can deliberately create an enigma, or just like a thought space for them to be in. But if you leave it up to chance, I don't think you know 100% which one you're giving them.
Okay. I quite like that about podcasts, that you have to delve in. It's like the opposite of short form, isn't it? Yeah. So you have to delve in to actually find out more. And then by that time, you become like a better fan.
What podcasts do you watch? Because I don't think I watch really good podcasts. I think that when I first started listening to podcasts, I got some really good ones. That murder one, not murder, what the one where there was a kid who was accused of, I think, murdering his girlfriend or something like that. And then there was like a lawyer or something that came to re-inspect his case 20 years later.
Right.
And she talked through the process of re-inspecting his case, and turns out his case was like all shit. So she brought his case back together, put his case back together to try and get his innocence proven.
Right.
Wicked podcast.
So that kind of thing doesn't interest me at all.
So what is your kind of thing?
Like comedians. Basically, all of mine American comedians I listen to.
Doing what?
Just talking shit, to be honest. Just talking about it. I've like no real like. I guess that's why I do mine the way I do, because that's the stuff that I like.
Right.
And if I didn't do that, I think it would peter out for me, because I'd just be like, oh, this is too structured and too specific. Like I just want to just chat the shit. Well, I think with people like there's a guy called Mark Norman and Sam Morrell. They've got one called We Might Be Drunk, and they kind of just talk, bring people on. There's no real format. There's one called Your Mum's House, which is Tom Segura and Christina Pazitsky, which is like basically a husband and wife. But he's got like loads of specials on Netflix. He's got a new program that's just come out on Netflix called Bad Thoughts. Yeah, and then Joe Rogan I like quite a lot just because of the diversity of people he has on. I don't really listen to any English and British ones, I'll be honest. The Ramesh one I quite like, because it's like him and his mum, and they're really
Ramesh
funny
with
together.
the surname that I can't pronounce right now.
Ranganathan.
That one.
But his mum's absolute jokes.
His mum?
Yeah, that's who he has on like one celebrity on Mondays, and on Thursdays he has like, this sounds like an advert now for other podcasts.
I get it. So maybe we can. No, I don't even think I would have to cut it. The reason why I'm even asking is just to get more into the head of what you are. One, what you're doing, and maybe two, a thought process that I've been in through the past week. And it was that, okay, at the risk of promoting another thing, I've recently been watching this debate thing called Surrounded.
Okay.
And essentially, it is one person who thinks like this, surrounded by people who want to sit down across from them and debate, short form debate, but in a long form piece of content, because it's debate after debate about, with people who think the opposite to them in this subject. Okay. So somebody who's a feminist versus 20 anti-feminists, somebody who's a Trump follower versus 20 anti-Trump followers, somebody who thinks this versus somebody who thinks that, pro-Palestine versus pro-Israel. Like, it's literally people of that against people of that. Idea, yeah. And it's really engaging to watch, because people really believe in what they believe in, and whether or not, nobody wins the debates. There's no we won. It's just you have this amount of time to debate and get your points across, and let's just see how far you get and whatever. But one of the things that I noticed, the two different types of people that are on there in the single person chair are. So I saw one guy, and I can't remember his name again, mainly because I don't really get into culture of much stuff, because I'm not really sure what it means to me yet. Yeah. But there's one guy who is basically, he is a political something. He's not an activist, but he does talk about politics a lot, and he talks about the Middle East a lot. That's where his passion lies. And you can tell in everything you watch about him online, he's actually passionate about this. So he's come on this thing, he's talking to people who believe the opposite, and it's a real good debate. And that's another one with this girl who is basically anti-black girl, but she's anti-black culture, for whatever black means. She's also anti-feminist. Right. And it seems like she's kind of just trying to find out where she has to be provocative to make her name last. Right.
What does anti-black culture mean? Anything that's
I think two types of anti-black culture, as in, one could be literally, I don't think that it is, I don't think that racism exists. I don't think that any of the black people didn't invent rock and roll. Black people weren't the main inventors. The black people ain't the first civilization. Africa isn't where first civilization started. Almost like nothing that you would have reverence for ancient African and current African origin culture, nothing you have reverence for has any substance in reality. It's just people trying to get over the fact that they're crap in the world. And they're the people that the world has crapped on for the past 500 years.
Have you been subject to racism in the music industry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Is it like in subtle ways, or is it like...
Some and some. I think in this country and in this industry, you're dealing with people who have just grown up being who they are. And sometimes they get more money, more wealth, more of a platform, a bigger microphone, and they can just be who they are louder. I don't think people always know that they are ignorant, obviously.
Right,
Do you know what I mean? People don't know that they're arrogant. Narcissists don't know they're narcissists. It's only good people that think about whether they're bad people. Bad people don't.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Do you know what I mean? So then
Yeah.
anytime I come across something that feels like racism, I'm like, all right, you're annexed. Because I've got stuff to work on.
Yeah.
Now,
So
there
much
are
stuff to do.
there's people in my community who are the active against that person. I'm just not. I'm not. In fact, my dad sat down next to my partner, next to Gemma's dad, the first time they met, because my dad was like, if you two are having, like, building a family together and you're moving forward together, the parents need to meet. That's my dad's thing. Ghanaian culture.
Do you give him a hug?
He tries not to let me, but he's like, went and sat down with Gemma's dad, and they spoke for a while about us two.
Right.
Then the rest of the time they were talking about whether, like, because he's Jamaican, my dad's Ghanaian. That's like two ends of a spectrum
Yeah.
to do with our experience, especially experience here in England. And they just spent their time debating about whether or not racism has an impact on us.
Right.
My dad's like, it has as much of an impact as you're willing to give it. And he's like, no, it has as much of an impact as you're aware of. I'm like, shit, you two are both right. Are you happy? Are you happy?
Can we be together?
Yeah, like, have any of you lot talked about what you lot want to do for us in terms of the fact that we're going to get married at some point, or that you're going to have to teach your next set of grandchildren parts of our culture that you haven't taught your kids yet? My dad didn't teach me how to speak my mum's language. That's interesting. My mother tongue. I don't speak Tree because my dad and my mum didn't teach me, and now I'm at this age now learning because I need to teach my daughter. My dad didn't teach my daughter. And then there's stuff like Gemma's dad, he has a certain way of living. He eats a certain healthier food than I'm used to eating in the UK, but he ain't come around to teach Gemma or me how to ensure that that's my daughter's diet, even though it will do so much better for her than what she would be just privy to if she just randomly moseyed through life. But they had a really good debate.
Do you think it's the thing about not people thinking about it, or they just don't want to impose? I feel like that generation, there's this constant thing about not wanting to impose upon people, upon the younger generations.
I think if they thought beyond the fact that they don't want to impose,
Have you asked them?
they'd impose.
Did you ask them and say, like...
No, I haven't thought beyond the fact that they haven't done what they could have. All I've thought as far as that they have done what they have done. I think the rest of it is, it feels long. Like,
Yeah.
it feels a little bit like comparison. If I compare what they have done to what they could have done, I'd probably just be annoyed. And I've already done annoyed at my dad.
Yeah.
Like, I've done it. there's a limit on how much it's worth doing it based on the fact that it takes energy away from what I want to put energy into.
So
And I'm always thinking
acceptance,
about it.
isn't it? Eventually, trying to
Yeah.
get to that, like, remember my therapist saying that, trying to get to the place of you're trying to be accepting of it and actually kind of think about the way they're feeling.
Yeah, actually. I think if you've got space to think about the way someone else is feeling, I'm writing down stuff, by the way. This
No, I like it.
is a new thing I'm up to. I think it's because
What did you write down there?
acceptance. My handwriting's trash. I can't wait to show a picture of what this looks like.
My kids have got better handwriting than me now. And they're five. They're in school. And they're just like...
They're learning to
basically-
write on the line, calligraphy.
My
I'm like,
writing's basically better than mine.
but yeah, acceptance. I like that. Like, I've been in a thing of like trying to... I'll put it to you that it's possible to go further than acceptance and love it. Like, love it is like the same way as if somebody handed you a £1 million check. The excitement for it. This is perfect. Thank you. Like, I needed you to be like this.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The world is perfect because you were like this, because this is what you've done. I'm living in a perfect existence, perfect experience.
Is it interesting though that people like lottery winners, something like 90% end up bankrupt within a couple of years? To think that you're just not changing the mindset. They're just basically living the same way they did before, but with
my God,
higher spendage.
Mate, I heard exactly that from. As a non-Christian, I listen to a lot of Christian content. And I think I gained so much from it. I think the Bible has got so much to teach.
Have you ever been Christian? I
was raised Christian. I went to Methodist church growing up. Then I went to a Catholic high school. Like,
There's supposed to be good schools though, Catholic
they're
schools.
wicked.
Yeah.
Like, Cardinal Wiseman, Roman Catholic high school, best thing in London, all right? Go there. Take your kids, send your kids there. In fact, do what you got to do for primary school so they can get to go there. All right, done.
Yeah.
They've done what they need to do for me, so I'm doing something back.
Yeah,
anyway,
nice.
But not being raised Christian, I listen to a lot of Christian content. I listened to something that basically said, it's a little bit like that parable of like the talents. So I gave you 5, I gave you 2, I gave you 1. The 5 multiplied it, the 2 multiplied it, the 1 dug it in a hole and buried it. The 5, he got more when he brought back to show what he had done. The 2, he got more when he brought back to show what he had done. But the one who buried it and did nothing with it, he got that one taken away from him.
Right.
And it's basically the same thing with lottery winners. If you don't know how to manage the one thing you've got, and then you get given 1 million of that same thing, you're going to do what you did with one thing.
Yeah.
So I would like, it's not even God taking it away. It's you. Like, you haven't figured out. So when I'm talking, I'm learning this lesson myself, man.
Yeah.
Like financial awareness and financial inner stability.
Yeah.
Some months I get paid thousands more. Some months I get paid thousands less.
When it comes to like January, you just like
January.
or even February, because January
started to.
You're still getting December's.
Yeah,
but February, you're like, fuck. And then March comes.
My dude. But I think the reason why February and March feel so shit isn't because you've had the high of December and it's going down. It's because before, the whole year before, I'm not practicing what I should be doing.
And then it comes to new and you're like, I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's almost like don't wait until you get a diagnosis before you start acting healthy. Start acting healthy, then you'll never get a diagnosis. Like,
that's what they say, cancer. What was it reading some of the day? Like a doctor was talking, he said it can come up to like, start showing signs up to like 3 years before anything actually starts taking effect.
And and you're not doing anything. You're just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
I feel like this generation, our generation, the one even below us, is getting better though. Definitely with our parents' generation, it was a bit just like.
My mum had cancer. That's what my mum passed off. And when she first felt like something was off, she was like, chocolates always do this to me. Nah, man. What are you talking about? Yeah. What are you talking about? Eventually she went and checked it out, found out it was that. And she's like, that's bizarre.
Yeah.
It was just chocolates. I shouldn't be eating milk chocolates. I should be eating like cacao, like real cocoa chocolates, like real. And she's like, Mom, I'm like, it's way beyond that now, yeah? Like, but I think it's, however you process life is going to show up in however life looks. So then if you've got £1 million and your finances go shit, it's because your process was shit anyway, innit? Like, I think I'm learning how to process the fact that that's how I think. Because I always thought that. But I don't think it's always as easy to live like you know that.
Yeah, it's easy to say, isn't it? And then
So easy,
when it comes to living it. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really understand, or I wasn't very good at finance until I met Roshana. Like, I didn't really get taught by anyone. And then her and her family are like very good at saving. Don't know why, but her great-granddad basically got like usurped by his family, and the only person who got any inheritance was the firstborn son, which was like a thing in Wales at the time. So he got like all this money, like a massive farm, and he was just like got literally nothing. So then from that, because he was annoyed and pissed off about that, he learned about savings, bought loads of property in West Wales, and then managed to like save basically 50%. And then he passed it on to his son, which was Roshana's granddad. Roshana's granddad did the same thing. Like, had a crappy car, didn't really spend any money, saved it all, and then all 4 grandkids in the end managed to buy houses because of this inheritance. just from passing it down and being like,
We have an opportunity, man.
it's crazy.
We have an opportunity. Because you see that, I want to go sit down with Rashawn. I want to sit down with her.
Yeah.
I think it's, me and my girls are going to come down and have dinner at your house a few times. Yeah.
And also, she's one of the best cooks I've ever met.
Sick. Look at that, a bonus. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got to. We've got to. Because, like, I think... So my mum and her dad, from what I've learnt through in my life, both of them are really good with really good with money. Both of them amazing with money. And my habits are not anywhere near as good as either of what I've seen of their habits. So maybe just because of how good they were, I'm not suffering my bad habits yet. There it goes. I'm not suffering my bad habits yet.
Was that yours?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not suffering my bad habits. I'm lucky enough to be living as a result of my mum's and her dad's good habits more than the results of my own bad habits.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? If
you probably earn more than both they ever did, right?
Yeah, but I don't do nearly as well with what I get as they did with what they got.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like I may
Accumulates, doesn't it? It's
I may
like
be earning
years.
more than my granddad.
It's like 5. Say again.
Yeah, I may be earning more than my granddad.
Right.
My granddad feels like a legend to me, man. Every time I learn something new about my granddad, I'm like, am I the grandson of the king? It's just legendary tales of, like, I don't know, heroic journeys.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, hardship to heroism. And I'm like, every time I think about it, him and my mum, I'm like, I've got to do better, because Frodo passed the book on, and whoever's supposed to take the book... no, it wasn't Frodo. The guy... Who was the guy? Nah, who was the guy that from the prequel 3? The Hobbit tales.
Who had it? Not Gollum.
Nah, the
dad.
The guy who's in the Sherlock with Cumberbatch. The Watson of that
Freeman.
Sherlock.
Yeah,
him.
Yeah.
He then plays the Hobbit.
Right.
In the Hobbit trilogy.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that character is.
It's not Frodo, is it?
It's not, because he gives the ring to Frodo and writes the book to be able to pass on.
Because Frodo and Samwise, isn't it?
Yeah. Regardless, it's not even that matters.
It's not Bilbo. It's not his dad.
Bilbo.
Bilbo. Yeah.
Bilbo.
Sweet.
So
The Baggins.
Bilbo, he passes the book on. Whoever writes next in that book, they've got to write something that's worthy of the book that has just been written in. That's what the next part is. Like, you've got to write something that is worthy of the book.
Who are you learning stuff about your granddad from?
So my mum had, I've got it now, I've recorded it into my computer digitally, but my mum used to interview him.
Oh, wow.
So I used to just sit down and hit record on a dictaphone and just talk to him and ask him about his life, ask him about stuff.
No, it's like a podcast.
Let me tell you, it is wicked. It's in tree. So I don't understand it all. So I had to send it off to my cousins in Ghana and be like, can you tell me everything this is saying?
Yeah. Tell me some of the stuff that you did.
It is essentially, he taught my aunties and uncles about inner freedom by the sounds of it. Just in the sense of, like, whatever you believe you're supposed to be doing, do that. Whoever you believe you are, be that. But make sure that you feel good about the thing that you're supposed to be doing and feel good about who you're supposed to be being. Because if you do that or you be that, it works. It doesn't always feel good, but it works. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll have the challenges that are for you, and you'll have the journey that's for you. You'll meet the people that are for you if you're always being who you believe you're supposed to be and doing what you believe you're supposed to do. So it might be that you believe you're supposed to clean streets. All right, then clean the streets. Be happy about it, though, because you believe you're supposed to, which means then you'll probably meet your wife. You'll be cleaning the street and she'll be like, hi, I need this extra. And you'll say, wow, it's an angel. And I clean the streets, and that's how I met my wife. Like, you'll come across the things that are perfect for you. I say street cleaner because when I was a kid, I wanted to be a street cleaner.
Nice.
It's either that or an architect.
Right. Architect's cool as well, though.
Innit?
Both cool jobs.
But I think that
Both very essential jobs, both things we need.
see, but yeah, I think that was a big thing that I'm hearing about that, but also that to not complain. I think that was a big thing.
Yeah, I think it definitely. What I've noticed recently about myself is that when I'm in a place to be happy for other people doing well, that's when stuff comes more to me. That's when stuff comes to me much more.
Tell me about that. Why would you not be?
It's an ego thing, isn't it? Ego thing of famine culture about thinking that's something I should have had, not them. That's where it comes from for me anyway, and it probably stems from stuff in my childhood about the family dynamic and about certain people getting, and then one person winning, one person losing.
Are you an only child?
No, I've got a sister.
You got a sister?
3 years older.
And what's your relationship with her like?
Just, quite challenging, I'd say. We're very different. I don't know. Yeah, I think... that my parents found it hard to parent us in a way that brought us together, if that makes sense.
No, not yet.
Because I think they kind of didn't have the greatest role models from their parents.
Right.
And I think that...
Both of them. That's an interesting coincidence, isn't it?
I think that's also why people resonate with each other, right?
Yeah.
When they have that same kind of trauma inside them. Mm-hmm. And I think it's not a conscious thing. I think subconsciously they found it very hard to parent in a way that brought us together. It was more of like pitting us against one versus the other, I would say. I know that sounds quite harsh, but...
That's all right, though. And I hope she forgives us for this, because I really like sibling relationships. I think they are kind of like part of our blueprint is our relationship with our siblings, because we've had them for so long. We've learnt things and trained ourselves into certain ways of being because of those relationships.
So it feels quite painful to talk about.
Do you want to move on to something else?
No, not at all. I don't think I don't want to run away from that. I think I don't know. It makes
but sure you want to do it here?
I don't mind about that. I don't mind about that. I think it's good for, especially for men, to talk about real stuff. I think that's important for society today.
I guess the question that would hit me is, what do you feel like she has the same idea of you two's relationship as you have? Your sister, I mean.
I think she feels let down by certain things, maybe just like both of us not putting in enough effort. But I don't know if I kind of spent a lot of time thinking about this and about my relationship with my parents, and spent, had a year of therapy and talked with Roshana a lot, very openly. So I guess I kind of feel like I've worked through a lot of stuff and kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things that happened when we were young. And I don't know if she's done that because it's painful, isn't it? It's painful and it's a hard thing to address. And and I think they didn't really treat us the same. So I guess...
What was the difference?
I don't know, definitely when we got older, because I'm a bit more open with stuff, I do think that maybe they treated me differently because I'm more like open about things and more, I find it easier to talk about these kind of things.
So then, so you now are more open and you now find it easier to talk about things.
But even from when I was like 18, 19 onwards, I would say.
Right.
I became a lot more open-minded to it.
And how do you feel like what do you think the difference in how they treated you was when you were kids? Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like my brother,
my
older brother, was 3 years older than me. We grew up as a trio. Then I found out we had 4 more when I got older. But my brother that I grew up with, he went to private school. He got extra attention. He was basically the oldest of the 3 of us. He got extra attention. We don't share the same dad, so my mum had him before she met my dad, then had me and my sister. It felt like he was the special one. Me and my sister basically got the same clothes all the time, got sent to the same school, primary school, high school, same youth clubs. My brother was out with his friends. He got to go to college. I had to go to sixth form. Like, there were so many things that, like, he just got special attention. And it felt like for multiple reasons, he was always getting special attention. It was only when I got older that I was like, I read Outliers was a major thing. I was like, oh, he is where he is because he is where he is. And he's been where he's been because he's been, like, that was his journey. This one was my journey. Then one of my old friends used to say, don't look in other people's plate for food. And I was like, it resonated with me because of how much I looked in other people's plate for food. I was like, I want that. And I realized sometimes it's like, I want my thing that resonates with me the way that thing resonates with you, rather than I want that.
Yeah.
So I guess the thing I was looking at was what was the difference between how your parents treated you and your sister?
Yeah.
End of
I think
question.
she was a lot, actually, to be fair, it went both ways because she was a lot more easy than I was, I think, in certain years because she's great at school. But I just found school, I didn't really resonate with school. I kind of just found it really quite annoying, if anything. Because I'm one of those people where I was like, got fairly good grades in most subjects, but then the ones that I loved got like A's and A stars because I was just like, all my attention went into that. I think that's a form of ADHD, isn't it? Where you're like, I can't listen to any of the other stuff that I find boring. And I will not take it in because I'll just be looking there, just be like, this doesn't interest me. So English, I loved. English literature, I loved. Music, I loved. And computers, I loved. So I got all A's and A stars in that. Everything else was
The
just
rest of it
like,
was just average.
meh.
The thing is, it could be seen as ADHD, or it could be seen as the schooling system shit. Like, just find out what the kid wants to do, make them a success at that thing.
Well, yeah, interesting. All the ones I did well in had good teachers.
There you go.
All the others, I was just a bit like, oh.
There you go. So then, we could be digressing because I was about to be like, so do you think it was more about the teachers that you're into music because music was one of your A's? And keep in mind, music and English, and you're now Max on Sax podcast. Now that's a whole set and technology, yeah. Max on Sax podcast is literally a combination of all.
And we're talking about stuff that you read in books,
right? There you go.
So
Just what I mean. but the thing that I'm really just because I'm really interested. I'm really interested in it. Is because you and your sister were treated differently, and the picture of it like. There's 3 years between you. So let's like a 8-year-old you and an 11-year-old sister would have gone to the same primary school. And at that point, you can already see that you two are treated differently.
Yeah.
So what is it that's happening differently there?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say that it's almost like one of us gets better or worse attention. It was literally like, yeah, I think she was really good at the school stuff. So then when it came to like parents' evening,
they're excited to go with her.
Yeah, with
and
me,
not excited to go with you. Oh, let's go with this kid.
Unless it was like music or English.
Right.
Well, all the others, it would just be like he just kind of fucks around. And he's just not interested in it and finding it hard to grab onto his attention.
What was your personality like? If your parents had to tell you about who you are in the family or in the house when you were growing up,
They used to call me the terrier.
The terrier or the terror?
The terrier. That's what my mum used to call me.
Why?
Just because if I wanted something, I was just like, never fucking shut up. Do you know what it's like? If like
proper dog with a bone.
Yeah, like intensity. But if it's something I didn't care about, it was just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But I used to play football like 8 hours a day. I was obsessed with football when I was a kid.
What?
Yeah, that and music. Like when music came into it, it became more about that, and then kind of went into mountain biking for a while and various other bits and bobs. But I would just, it's like that thing, isn't it, about hyper focus?
Yeah.
Like I would just become obsessed with various things.
Well, I'm so sorry to take you off stuff that is clearly where you light up. What makes things so painful with your sister? Because like you got to love music as a kid, and I apologize for putting a comparison in there because that's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm more saying it for levity than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that makes it that you would think of your sister or your relationship with your sister and your childhood doesn't match up to adulthood that way where you'd have a good relationship or an enlightening relationship?
I think she finds me painful as well. Like I don't know.
She finds you painful as well.
Yeah, definitely. I know she does. I can see it in her face.
All right, so let me because
it brings you back, doesn't it? Every time you're around your family.
What would it bring her back to?
I think she feels that we weren't treated the same, and definitely there were moments where, because I'll bring it back to like Roshana's and her mum are very into like trying to stick together as brothers, even if that means that you have a slight, like if you work together against your parents. And I think that's really important. Like we try to say to them, like, we don't really want to hear about one of you doing something bad unless it's really dangerous.
Right.
Like, and we try to just say to them, like, don't come to us and say something about what the other one has done. Just try and be together and try and almost be a little team. Because eventually what will happen is, if me and Roshana die, then there'll be a little unit, 3 lads together. Yeah. And that's like the people that are in your unit. And that's really important. I kind of felt like that wasn't really a thing in our childhood. It was more like this person's done this person's against that, and it kind of felt like a division.
Right.
That's what I think both of us find painful.
And that was because that was such a long-standing way of being around each other.
But even now, it feels like that. Do you know what I mean?
Right. So you haven't really built the, I don't know, the relationship tools that would have you feel togetherness.
No, and we haven't had enough time, just me and her. It's more, like, every time we go there, my parents are around. So obviously the pain is going to be, yeah, she's got a boy.
Right.
But like, and they get on really well. But I think like, she would be a lot more relaxed if my parents weren't there. And I think that's something I need to work on, about seeing her and kind of away from my parents.
So do you think that then you could have a good relationship if you spent time with her without your parents?
We are very different, but I think so, yeah.
How come your parents are always there?
Just because if we're going up to see, it's in Derby, so it's a long way away.
Right. So there's no point in going up unless you all get together.
Yeah. Which is, you know, it's like, can be quite intense environment anyway, especially if there's a bit of pain under the surface.
Yeah.
Like I kind of feel, it's like a feeling, isn't it? You know, sometimes you walk in a room and there's like a feeling of, oh, this is weird.
Yeah.
This is uneasy.
We're all carrying something and no one's talking about that heavy bag that's pulling them backwards. Like it's over your shoulder like this, but everyone's like that.
And I feel like as musicians, we're like super analyzers of people, and we're very good at working with different personalities, because our job is basically like, sometimes you have to go, if I do solo sax gigs, I have to go to a group of 200 people and be all of their best mates, like within an afternoon. Yeah. And that's like a specific skill, isn't it, really?
Yeah. But it's also a skill that we can kind of hide behind, because if the truth is, and I'm sorry to maybe get this wrong and still try to analyze, if the truth is you haven't figured out how to be close to your sister who you've known your whole life, what makes you think that it's true closeness when you're getting close to an audience that you're in front of that you don't know? When you know the actual cogs of your sister and you don't know the cogs of these people.
Though.
Oh, what do you mean?
I don't understand her. So I don't know the cogs. If anything, I find it very enigmatic and very confusing.
Look at that coming full circle. All right, so, okay. Welcome to the Max on Sax podcast, where we discuss Max on Sax. Because this, to be fair, it's funny, like most of what I'm up to is this. I'm always trying to find out what is making something tick.
Yeah.
What's making something have its place in the world. And just to relay back to you something that I'm just in observation mode from here, it might be difficult to pinpoint for you, to pinpoint the things that are wrong when it comes to you and your sister's relationship. You just know that it doesn't feel right. But you haven't, it could literally be because we haven't decided that that's what we're going to talk about. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know what's wrong from what we've sat here talking about. I know there's something wrong, but I don't know what it is.
Neither do I, though.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's like, it's not one thing, and it's because it's not talked about, then it becomes like shrouded in. Do
you mind if we talk about it a bit?
Yeah, of course.
Because I feel like this is what your music's supposed to be about. Like and I don't mean the music you write. I mean the music you play.
I was very different to what I am now. I think a lot of when I was in uni, I wasn't as confident as I am now, and I wasn't as open. But things like this, conversations like this, meeting Roshana was a massive one, because she's just like, she kind of zooms, just lasers to you, and you're the inner soul, like immediately. She's got this mad kind of midwife skill that does that. But I don't think I was the person, I definitely wasn't, even up to like 22, 23. I wasn't anywhere near as confident, or I didn't really understand my emotions as much. It took me a long time of like, you know, meeting different people, doing a lot of traveling, doing a lot of reading, and then you become more the person I am now.
Do you think you understand the emotional landscape that you lived in or held or created from when you were like late teens, like developing teens, like youth into developing teens into early adulthood? Do you understand that mental or emotional landscape now?
Yeah, not fully, but I think I do, yeah. I'd say like 80%.
Right.
And I think a lot of it was kind of like unresolved stuff that I hadn't worked through, and a bit of lack of self-esteem.
Right. When you say unresolved stuff you hadn't worked through, without having to talk about like a particular traumatic experience, what does that mean?
I think for me, it was talking to my inner child and like understanding that. So when I first started like talking to him, little Max, he was like, could see through him, but like the outline of his body was like 3D lights.
Right.
Well, not 3D lights, but like lights that you'd see on like a Christmas tree or something. So when I started talking to him, he was like that, and you can kind of just see through him. It was just kind of like a shape. And then as time progressed, and like obviously it was very emotional while I was doing it, he started becoming like fully formed. And then eventually now I can visualize him, and he's just a little kid, and he's kind of, when he was kind of hunched like this, and you could just kind of see through this. But as I kind of developed, wrote loads of stuff down, thought about it more, talked to him more regularly. And I think what happened was he was trying to tell me stuff. And then he would release all these things. Because obviously you've got to, well, for me anyway, I had to write them down, think about them, grieve them. So you went a bit kind of just like, you went really emotional or angry for a while. And then once you grieve them, you kind of feel a bit raw emotionally, and then you moved on and developed. That's what it was for me, the process.
I can get that.
From that, and now when I visualize him, I can kind of see his face really clearly, and he's like just a normal kid.
So what were the things that you had to connect with him about? Like if you had to, let's say, here's the way. All of us see colors with the same spectrum. Red, green, yellow, blue. So it's almost like there are primary colors, but the same emotionally. There are primary emotions that we're all experiencing, but we all have our own nuances because we've got very individual patterns and pathways that we traveled, right? So let's say happiness, sadness, anger, fear, excitement. Let's say it was those 5. And even if you had to nuance it to make it more match little Max, what was little Max's landscape that he was trying to communicate with you?
Just not being heard, not being seen. That was the big one. That's why it was that weird, like, strange. You could see through him. It was almost like he wasn't there. It wasn't like a fully formed, fully fledged individual.
Okay. So then the next question is, to not be heard and not be seen, would that have made him feel like abandoned, or would it have made him feel uncared for, or would it have made him feel irritated because he was trying to get something across? Like what
irritated? Definitely the first 2, not the third one though. I don't think he was irritated as much. I think it was more the first 2. He wasn't listened to or given the space to express enough as a kid. And it wasn't even that he was pushed. Was it that he was pushed into a small space, or was that he wasn't allowed into the big space? Yeah, second one.
Wicked. So then, okay, did that make him feel more like shouting at the people who wouldn't let him in, or crying from outside?
For second one.
Right. So that's more sad than angry.
Yeah. But then when the stuff came out, there was definitely anger as well, but it was, primarily sadness.
Right. Because to be fair, from what I've learnt, usually anger is there to protect the sad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's not to diminish that anger has its own thing, but it's that usually...
like a secondary emotion, right?
Yeah. Which is... Okay, so the next question then, if I take that and hold that for a sec, if you had to, without totally knowing or understanding, put some words or put a similar analysis on your sister's experience, what would hers have been?
I would say fairly similar, not kind of listened to, but then, I'd definitely say similar stuff, really.
Right. Whoa! You two should talk.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I felt like this. I felt like this. Oh, so it wasn't you making me feel like this.
Yeah.
We were in that environment and we both felt like this.
Yeah.
And we weren't told to talk to each other. You and your sister weren't made to feel like you could be together. But you were given very similar experiences.
But some people find it very painful to talk about real stuff. Like very painful.
Yeah. I think the bigger you get, the less... No, sorry. That's why I said yeah like that. I don't think people find it painful. I think people are scared to.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not the
Scared
same
of
as
the pain.
pain. Like you're scared of pain, but I don't think fear of pain is real fear of real pain. I think because talking doesn't cause pain. And now we're 20, 30 sometimes years beyond the time that actually the pain happened. So now we're thinking about experiencing something else that we don't experience.
Yeah. But people think it's going to be pain, or they just think it's like Pandora's box kind of vibe, right?
Yeah.
But they're just like, what is this?
But I don't think anything is ever as big or as impactful as we think it's going to be in a negative way. Like the further away we get from it. When I realized I'm 6'2", I can't be beaten up like I was as a kid. I stopped being scared of talking about the things that made me feel the way I felt as a kid, because I can't, like, it's very difficult for me to go through the same experience. I'd have to meet somebody who's that much bigger than me, who could inflict that level of pain in my direction. It's difficult because I'm big. So then the reality of it is I can probably like resolve the thing in my head, probably to at least a certain extent. So the first thing is going to have to be that I talk about it. But if I don't talk about it, I'm avoiding something, but it's not beats. I'm not avoiding punishment because I'm harder to punish now than I was when I was a kid. And I've already been through the punishment. So I'm avoiding something though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So what would there be to, and again, like I say, this is the reason why I'm so up for this, because, okay, and I'll always bring it back to music. There was a girl that I got called to write for, and she was like 10 years old, man. And I heard her voice. The girl had a voice that it felt like her voice came straight out of the 60s, man. It was beautiful, like one of the best voices I heard.
Is that your thing again?
Who knows? Nah, it's not. Wicked voice, beautiful little girl. Came into the studio and I was like, oh, amazing. Heard her voice. I started writing songs for her voice immediately. But the songs were all right. And I realized the reason why I was like, the songs are all right in terms of like, you could put this on her album easy. But when we started sitting down together and I found out, oh, it's not just her voice that's from the 60s, her energy, she's got a young, super wise thing going on. So I was like, oh, then you know how to express yourself. Then tell me what's happening with you. She's like, oh, I get bullied at school. People don't believe in me. I'm not sure about myself. I'm trying to figure out my balance between my esteem and my confidence. Like, because I'm very confident. You put me on a stage, I'm doing great. But you ask me if I want to go on stage and I'm going to say no. So like, there's a battle of it. We started writing about those things. Those songs are phenomenal. Like, they are so good. So that meant I was writing and recording with her for maybe about 8 years. Some of the best songs I've written with or for anyone, because it was so raw for her to talk about, and she just trusted me to talk about it, and it was so real to her. And some of it was irrational because she was a kid, but it was real. And to talk about irrational things as if they're reality, and then to write songs about that, and really write the song that makes sense to what the feeling was. We created songs that right now we wouldn't be able to create songs like that. We'd have to go somewhere totally else to get a song that felt as passionate and nuanced as some of the songs we've written. But that's why I say the music is about that feeling, because especially when you're talking about feelings from way back there, you're talking about feelings that you created when you had an irrational mind and an unformulated emotional landscape. That's the feeling. It's irrational. To be scared of it is madness.
Yeah.
We're old. Like, we're old. What do you mean you're scared? Scared of what? It's going to be embarrassment. It's going to be sadness. It's going to be anger. But it's not going to be physical pain. Right? And there's no such real thing as emotional pain. There's no such real thing as emotional pain. Emotional. Where are your emotions? Like, pinpoint it. Where is it?
Yeah.
Where's the actual pain? Where's the pain coming
It's
from?
way more damaging and worse just to keep hold of it and not to talk about.
Of course, because like that, if you hold it, let's say, for example, you feel it in your gut. Oh my God, I feel it in my gut. And I don't do anything about it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
It's the chocolates.
It's that. And if you hold that in, that's going to be worse on the inside than on the outside. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, that's why I always say that's what your music's going to be about. The more you dig into your relationship with your sister, your relationship with your parents, your relationship with your childhood, the more you'll be able to put those ideas into what your music
I wrote a poem
requires
for
of
my
you.
boys that we did as a song.
No way.
That was really like amazing to hear.
What?
Yeah, and Wayne Hernandez like spoke the words.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and his voice is just like
His voice is...
Mate.
I cried when I first heard him sing. I was on the stage and he like went out and started singing.
Is that Club Live? No.
Yeah.
Mate.
And I was on stage, I just let it happen. Who cares? Who's gonna tell me I'm doing something wrong?
Yeah.
I'm a big human being. You can't
I
tell me I'm
remember
doing something
crying
wrong.
on stage.
Yeah.
Actually with Club Live as well.
Yeah.
At New Year's Eve gig. Yeah, mental.
Great. Like,
Yeah, he's incredible.
but this again, you went through an emotion. Like you went through an emotion, you did something about it, you put it into a piece of art, and then you didn't even have to give it to everyone. That's the aim of making art. Isn't about giving it to everyone. The aim of making art is about making it.
Yeah, it's called
Then
what is it called? Cherished. Yeah, Cherished.
Yeah.
In one of our tunes.
Yeah. I would love to hear it.
We'll play it at the end.
Yeah,
100%.
please. Because, like, I think,
His voice as well
and
sounds.
imagine as well being able to have the poem, handwritten poem, a physical way to take that piece of art, physical way to take that recording, a picture of you with your boys, taken by Rashawn, as a package or something. That's somebody's job. Somebody's passionate about taking that piece of art and delivering it to the world. That's why your job isn't to deliver it. Your job, and that's why people have to wear different hats.
Yeah.
Because if you're thinking about how to deliver it when you're making it, you're going to spoil the process of making it. But if you're just like, I've got something that's in here, it's been in here for so long that for it to come out would change the physical landscape of what's out. Because it's done so much on the physical, on the landscape of what's in. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
And you put it out, you have it out. Now it's out, it's there, it's physical.
That's why I don't think about that stuff. I guess what you're saying about the podcast, I don't really... Is it gone now? Yeah, I don't really think about... Because I like the process and I like just kind of learning on the job. And it's constantly changing.
I get that.
So I don't really think about like too many specifics with it. Do you know what I mean?
I'd say though, okay, so you could easily live a life where everything is like elusive and you're just randomly experiencing the world, getting to wherever you're going based on the last experience you had. Or you could be like, I'm aiming to have an outcome, even if I don't know what that outcome looks like for it to be had. Like, for example, I told my dad, this is crazy. I told my dad I want to be his best friend.
Right.
And I knew he'd never heard anyone in the world say that to him.
Yeah, what did he do?
He was like, I think we could do that.
Nice.
I was like, and then I was blown away. I was like, what wicked?
Yeah.
But I said it to him because I was like, what journey must he have been on to have, and I'm the son of his that looks the most like him and is the happiest about it. He's got two other sons and they look like him, not to the extent that I look like him,
Yeah.
and they're happy, but not about that. I'm happy about that. I'm like, there's certain parts of my face that are from that man and they look wicked and they just, and I tell him as well, and I'm like, I got it from you. He's like, no, just take your thing. Like, this is yours. God made something happen and now you're like this and now go with it. And I'm like, yeah, but he also made me like this. And I'm the person that tells you I got it from you. So take that up with God as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he then gets to have a conversation he wasn't planning on, he wasn't banking on, but it is definitely a conversation for him to have.
Is he as open as you?
No. That man.
I guess that when he said he wouldn't hug you.
Nah, he doesn't hug. He's a closed book. But
So it's more from your mum's side then, and that kind of like openness and...
yeah, 100%. But the thing is, him and my mum got together. Him and my mum fell in love at one point. Or to be fair, I don't know if they fell in love. Based on what I know of their two personalities and based on what I know of them talking about the relationship they had when it was good, I think it was that they fell in love. But I don't know that they fell in love. I haven't heard either of them say,
did they meet?
and then we fell in love. They met in Harlesden on Park Parade. There used to be a market along there. And my dad was walking along one side of the road. He looked over and he saw a girl walking down the other side of the road. And for some reason, I don't know how this actually is. And maybe it is something that culturally can happen now with anyone. but he could tell she was Ghanaian.
Right.
He just looked and he was like, that's a Ghanaian woman. And
Just went and chatted to her.
there wasn't a lot of Ghanaian women around at the time. And he could also tell that she was from the same tribe as well, that he could go and talk to her because there's different languages in Ghana. So he just went over and started speaking to her.
Oh, wow.
Turns out she worked at a college hospital up the road and they were having trouble with their computers. My dad was a computer technician at the time. He's like, I'll come and fix your computers. Because that's something that, I say the men in our family just because I'm like that as well. I'm like, if you need something, I can fix it. I can do that. That's how I will be there for you. Like, anyone, all of the
That's your
people
love
around
language.
me. That's one of my love languages, is acts of service. I will fix that computer. I will
do
build that
that as well, to be
website.
fair.
I will record your song. That's why I'm a studio engineer. Like, all the things. It's my love language. And it was one of my love languages. And that's clearly I've got it from my dad.
Nice.
But the problem with that is martyrdom on the other side. But we'll talk about that on another next podcast. Next on Sax Presents.
Yeah.
But it's literally a thing of, yeah, they met in Harlesden. Then and I literally my mum's passed obviously, but they talked about each other in the early days as if it was a perfect matching of personalities.
Right.
So that means my dad has something in him that's open.
Yeah.
He definitely has something in him that's open, but he's then of the generation maybe, or of the type of, or the part of Ghanaian culture, or maybe diaspora Ghanaian culture in the UK, where you're told to be a certain type of man in order to get things moving. And those kind of things are going to have then similarities, because you said your dad's quite similar as well, isn't it?
Where does he live now?
Yeah, well, he's just gone back to Ghana, but he's got a house in Southeast London and he lives in Ghana as well. So he goes back and forth like my mum used to do. But it's kind of like that thing of like, there's a certain type of man to be.
Yeah.
And I guess internationally for a whole generation, there was enough messaging to say, be that type of man. It works.
Bizarre, isn't it?
Nah, we're not doing that. But that's the reason why I'm also like, I don't know if we're lucky or we're blessed, because every generation, a lot of generations say theirs was a generation to be had, to be in. So I'm like, all right, cool, have that. But I love that I get to be this guy at this time,
100%.
at this age, at this, because it's like, so much of it works, man.
It
What
does.
do you mean we do it? Do you know how many cameras are on us?
Yeah, we should have got more cameras.
Shit.
Should have got 20.
Like, you know, like I've always wanted to have, there's going to be a picture of me at some point, because I've always just wanted to do this where you're on a lectern and you've got like all the mics pointed at you.
Yeah.
Only thing is, as I've gotten older in my career, and the cameras flashing,
Yeah.
as I've gotten older in my career, I've started to understand what all the mics were, what all the cameras flashing was. At the time, earlier when I first ever saw that, it just looked like magic.
Yeah.
Now it's obviously that radio station, then that radio station, and that
different
interview,
ones.
and that podcast, and that they all need to get their mics as close as
feed,
possible.
yeah.
So there's like 10, 15 mics around you, and all the cameras flashing is everyone trying to get the best image. And even in this day and age, it's like there'll be Getty images over there, and there'll be that thing over there, and that thing over there. But they're all shouting at you sometimes. Can you just turn you a little bit more to my side? So everyone's in their own thing. It's not actually even about this.
It's not as glamorous as
It's
you
not
think.
as glamorous, man.
Right?
Fortunately, nothing is. And if you can get over that idea of the glamour, I think with any career, I think you can have a great life in that career.
100%.
I think,
like paradise syndrome, right? When you get to like a certain place and you go like,
Yeah.
why am I not happy?
yeah, you can start going for the thing that makes you actually happy.
Yeah.
Mate, I still want to talk about you and your sister.
Go on. I'm open to it. I think it's good. I think it feels painful, which I think now I used to run away from, whereas now I run towards.
Why does it feel painful?
Don't know. It just feels like there's a pain in the pit in my stomach when we talk about it, or stomach, or like a feeling of something like around here.
And
I think also I don't want to like. I think it's good to talk about, but I don't want to upset her as well. Like I think she's really sweet, and I think there's definitely some. I think the pain stuff is unresolved, and it's almost like it's a grievance of what potentially could have been.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That is nice. Okay, so let's imagine that all the PR has been done. You know she's a nice person. You know clearly the world is working for her in her favor in the ways that it should, because she's got a family. She's been able. She's got a kid. She's got a son.
Extremely successful, yeah.
She's extremely successful. Like things work for her in the sense that they should work for her. The only part that you'd be talking about is your experience in you and her relationship. And if you keep going down layers enough, there is actually no point where you're going to actually say that it's her fault or that she's in the wrong. You might have a thing at the front. Like, I give an example. Okay, at home, I've got this thing. I always say, my Gemma don't know how to take care of my sleep. She doesn't.
Take care of what?
She doesn't know how to take care of my sleep.
Right.
I need sleep. She doesn't know how to take care of that fact. I say it so much. We get into arguments about it. We don't argue about anything, but me and Gemma don't argue about nothing. There's no reason for us to argue
seem chilled
because we
together.
just agree with each other. Like, we both think the same way about stuff. So if there's
Right.
a disagreement, we both know we're going to get to agree. So we might as well just skip the argument part, explain your point. At some point, either I'm going to agree or you're going to agree.
Yeah,
Or
what do you mean by that though? Your sleep. What do you mean?
Okay. Our daughter is a kickboxer, essentially. And if you sleep in the same bed as her, which we do, we co-sleep still, she will kick the living daylights out of you. So sometimes we don't want to sleep in the same bed. Sometimes we sleep at the bottom of the bed. Or sometimes, like, I might come in late at night and stuff like that. So there's that. But in the morning, Gemma is on. Gemma is from... her household culture as a kid was that they'd be able to wake up and immediately hear her mum in the kitchen cooking and dancing and singing along.
Shauna's the same, man.
Like, it's a morning energy.
What you like in the morning?
I take an hour to wake up and it's very slow.
Yeah.
It is exponential because by the time I'm awake, I'm all the way awake.
Yeah.
But if you just give me an hour to go from non-conscious into the conscious realm and then regain the energy in the conscious realm, by the time I regain the energy, I'm all in.
She get frustrated at you the first hour then?
She used to at first. Right. Before we had our daughter, we used to like sit in bed and I'd wake up, and by the time I'd wake up and Gemma is already looking at me because she's been waiting for me to wake
This
up,
is like
so
like...
she can say what she had on her mind.
So
she's been watching me stir. She's like, he's gonna be up soon.
You're just like, fuck it.
But the thing is, it's also one of my favorite things to wake up to. Yeah. So I'm like, clearly you've been waiting for me to be conscious enough to be able to have whatever conversation's going on for you. It's just going to take me a while to
Are you
get...
like a caffeine drinker? You coffee or tea man?
I didn't used to, but now I am. Man, fatherhood
just
means
bring that
two...
and be like...
Do you know what? Some mornings now she does. But we're now at the stage in our parenthood where there's so much to do in our household and in raising our daughter that there's actually no space for the conversation. There is space. We're not making the space for the type of conversations that me and Jem would love to have in the morning. Even if it means I'm taking a while. My brain is it's a really good brain. That's my mum and my dad came together and made something really great in here. Which means I can slowly wake up, but still be engaged enough and slowly get more and more engaged that Gemma can have a fulfilling conversation with me as I wake up, for sure. But there'll be mornings where neither of us are trying to get to that part because there's other stuff to take care of. There was a morning a while ago, Gemma walks in, like I was still asleep. Jay, you told me there was enough coffee. There wasn't enough coffee. Now I don't have enough coffee.
She said that to you?
That's what she said. I was like... Right. And the night before I'd gone shops and was on the phone, she was like, can you get coffee? I was like, there should be enough at home. I'm not going to get coffee today. She then had to wake up in the morning and be there with our daughter. So she's coming in the room. I can't believe you told me there's enough coffee and you knew how much was left. I can tell by how you were saying there's enough coffee there. There's a dreg left in the coffee jar. Also, who leaves a dreg in the coffee jar? That all of it doesn't make sense. And I was like, you're taking the mick. I'm still asleep. Like I've just gone from being a butterfly flying over the fields of nether into now being awake and talking about coffee.
The coffee thief.
That's not how you're supposed to wake up, man. That's not. But we talked about it for a while. And I was annoyed. Now, she's not going to like this part of the conversation. She doesn't like me on your podcast, man.
Yeah, she said to me the other day, I've heard all your conversations. I was like, there's some undertones to that.
She doesn't like it. She's always like, what podcast, Max? Just don't talk about me, man. But
we'll say lots of nice stuff as well.
It. But underneath, when we really start talking about it, actually the thing I'm annoyed about is I'm not taking care of my sleep. If I had gone to bed early enough, if I had messaged her before I went to bed and said what the landscape is that I want to wake up into, if I had meditated before I went to sleep, if I didn't eat,
screens is
if I don't have screen on before I went to bed, if I went toilet before going to bed rather than drink half a litre of water, if I had pre-mixed my coffee and just left it in the cupboard, if I went and got the coffee before going to bed, like...
Have you read that book, Extreme Ownership?
Gemma has told me that I need to read it.
The Jocko Willett
So
one.
I'm up for it. I'm up for it, 100%. But this is what I'm saying is, and it's weird. It's not even extreme ownership. It's just honesty. Underneath your first your first reaction to life, which is that the world is doing something to me, you can then be like, all right, that's my first thing. And remember, I'm actually saying this for a reason, by the way, which is because I want to get back to your sister.
Go on.
I'm saying underneath the first thing, there is the next thing. Now, the next thing might not be the actual thing either, but there is the next thing. The lowest thing, the bottom, the most foundational thing is always ownership. So it's not even extreme ownership. It's just a deeper awareness. The deeper you get aware,
Get an onion, yeah.
Get down to the middle as quickly as you can, because at the middle it's safe and you have responsibility. Literally, there's no way that I need to be upset that Gemma walked in, woke me up to tell me I didn't get the right coffee, because I could have done 100 things that either she can walk in with that and I'm totally cool, or she doesn't have to walk in with that. Do you know what I mean? There's so many things that I could have been doing.
Yeah.
And if generally I had a better, like, let's say, for example, the food I ate the day before is going to affect how I wake up in the morning.
100%.
Like, my dad does 4 hours of sleep, but his diet's fantastic. So he doesn't want 4 hours of sleep. He wants more, but he can do 4 hours of sleep and wake up amazing because he's eaten well the day before. If I eat trash on a Tuesday, even if I get 8 hours of sleep, I'm going to have a hard time waking up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's just part of the process, isn't it?
I started doing that thing that you put over your mouth. You basically...
Today on Max on
Your face was amazing.
Today on Max on Sax Presents.
You got eyes that literally say 1,000 words. You just went like... Before I'd even finished the sentence, you just went... You gave me the eyes. But that's really funny. That's a talent, man. Basically, it's a thing that kind of like goes over your mouth. A massive.
Where's Rashawn when this is happening?
Sit next to me, going. She's got yeah. Riding crop. But basically, it's to make you breathe through your your nose at night to stop you mouth breathing, because mouth breathing is obviously really bad for you, and I've got quite like a thick neck. Right. So like breathing through your nose is way better for
That's
you.
what you're supposed to be doing.
So I'm there like kidnapping myself.
No, I've heard about that as well, and interestingly, I think, to be fair, I think I'm a really good sleeper. Like, my actual.
Do you have like water in the first hour? Like a pint of water?
Not a pint, but I have quite a lot of, like, I can literally, because I can tell that I've had no water. When I wake up, I feel like I haven't had water. Like, like my eyes feel dry. Like, especially if I wake up and I've got matter in my eyes, I'm like, give me water, please, because clearly this has had time to dry. That's what that means. If I used to wake up when I was a kid, especially, I'd have like dryness on the side of my mouth. I can't stand any of that. I just, give me water. And as I've gotten older, my habits haven't gotten really better. So sometimes rather than water, I'm having a coffee. That's wild. Coffee's not hydrating you. No. Like, it's not.
You feel like you want to wake up, but actually it's better to wake up.
You're not supposed to wake up as fast as that as well. No. Like, wake up the way the sun rises if you can. But again, take care of the things that mean you can wake up the way the sun rises. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to wake up with whatever is in your landscape when you're trying to wake up. That's actually what you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah. All right. You don't realise how bad stuff is before you do it.
Yes.
I did screens the other night after a gig and I was like, fuck me, it's ruined my sleep. It was like 2 hours. Just sitting there being like, my brain was just buzzing.
Not only the gamma, but also everyone else's thoughts and messages and ideas.
Someone described it once as having 50 people in your bedroom around your bed.
Yes.
Just going like,
oh my God.
Standing over you. Just be like, fuck off.
To be fair, that's one of my childhood nightmares. I used to have nightmares of like my room being flooded by people who were just watching me. Just watching. They're not trying to attack. They're just filling into the room to watch, and it, like, the space obviously gets it's like a people claustrophobia.
Yeah. Especially in your, like, where you're supposed to be kind of sacred and quiet and safe.
Oh Lord, do you know what my mum used to do when I was a kid? I think this is so perfect. She used to come into our room. We were already like winding down. She used to just come in, sit next to us on our bed, and give us a cup of Swedish bitters tea. I'd be like, why they? It'd be horrible as well. It'd be like stinging nettle tea kind of thing.
Swedish bitters, never heard
of that. Thing is, I don't really know what Swedish bitters is as an adult because I haven't really looked into it. But I know she used to give it to us as a kid because she used to say Swedish bitters so much.
Sounds nice.
But then there was that and stinging nettle tea. And those two, Do you know what? Because I've brought it up again, I'm going to look into it because it must be like green tea and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's probably better for you because there's no caffeine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. But we used to have that, and she used to just sit next to us, and she used to give it to us hot because we'd have to slowly blow it, and she'd sit with us while we're just blowing our tea, and like sip it. It's still too hot, just still blow it. And while we're blowing it, while we're just waiting for it to cool down, we just sit and talk really calmly, really quietly. So that's what I'm like with my daughter now. At the end of her day, I don't give her tea or anything before bed because she's still potty training. I can't stand the fact she just wakes up 3 hours. She'll be up, Papa. Okay, cool. Just change her, and as soon as I change her, back she's gone. But I know that's because of how much water she drank just before bed.
Yeah.
But regardless, I will sit down with her, and I like this like little quiet chat that we'll have just before she goes to sleep, and I'll talk her through the day she just had and talk to her, and she's just staring into my face, just watching me chat at her, like, but really calmly and really softly. There's not really any detail because I'm not trying to give her my experience. I'm just talking to her about what she's done, and she can fill the gaps with how it was as an experience for her, and then talk to her about what we can do tomorrow after we sleep. So we're going to sleep. So tomorrow we can have pancakes in the morning, and like we'd be able to have some coconut water in the morning, and then maybe we'll play some piano, and I'll just be chill, just really chill. I don't move. I don't gesticulate. I don't even move my head. I just chat just slowly at her. And as I talk, I slowly watch her. Exactly. She's out of there, man. She's out of there. I love it. But I said all of that before because underneath, everything is layers, isn't it? And the first layer might be, like we were saying before, that anger is usually there to protect sadness or fear.
To deflect, isn't it? To kind of push away.
Exactly. But it's the same thing with responsibility. If you have it in your head that somebody's to blame, like if I had it in my head that Gemma's to blame for walking in and having a go at me about coffee, actually what's underneath that is guilt that I didn't do something right that I could have done. And underneath that guilt is a sense of ownership that I'm a little bit frustrated with myself for not making sure that I've taken care of a thing. Underneath that frustration is maybe a sadness that I'm not living up to my full potential.
Yeah. And I think anxiety comes from that as well, definitely.
There you
Forms
go.
of anxiety, not being the person you actually should be or want to be.
Yeah. So then that's why I talk about your sister. I'm like, what's underlying the thing that might upset her if you talk about it? It's likely to be something that would probably upset you if you were to talk about that first.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I've been the best brother. I think there's definitely things that I want to do better and could have done.
I think you're talking about your adult years. I think you're talking about a time that you understood your sense of responsibility and you had a car. But I'm talking about like 9 years old, 6 years old.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought about being a better brother. No. You don't even really have a concept of brother. You're just living in what you're given to live in. And so is she. Yeah. But there's probably something in that time there that molded how you two are. And
there weren't enough positive moments. Definitely not.
And this is what I mean. Like, so now you're basically, as a relationship, your relationship is living as the aftermath of a set of experiences that you both didn't really like.
Yeah, that's what it feels like when we communicate now. It feels like it's just like these barriers of all those years of that up.
But I'd then say, and I'm sorry to keep putting the word "but" into it. I'd then say as well, it's probably that you have more in common because of that. Do you know what I mean? The same as like people who go to war build stronger bonds than people who play snooker together. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Because there's some like
it's diversity, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think because of that, if you're able to, I don't think she needs to at the same time as you. Because that's what I was saying about my dad. When I said to my dad, I want to be your best friend, he said, yeah, I can do that. I was the one that opened the door. And it's because I wasn't waiting for him to open the door. He didn't need to open the door. He just needed the door open. And whoever could see that the door could be opened first, just open it.
Yeah.
So if you have an opportunity to figure out what your experience of your relationship with your sister is and get a heightened sense of awareness and a depthly awareness of it, I think you'd be the one that creates a safe space for you and your sister to have a good relationship. And then you'd likely find, in fact, you've been saying it, that you're actually really similar and you see things in a very similar way. It's just that you're not seeing them together. Yeah. You're seeing them apart, but you're similarly seeing them apart. Do you know what I mean? Almost like you don't know. I don't know what language they're talking about over there. What language are you talking about? I don't know what language. All I can hear, because it's very far, I can hear someone shouting. I think they're shouting another language and it sounds foreign. You sound foreign. And that person's listening to you screaming that. Like, I can't hear what he's saying. You sound foreign, but you're saying the same thing. Well, you just, if you're going to be foreign, why don't you just say quietly your foreign language to a person who speaks the same language as you? And they're hearing that, and all they're hearing is the muffled shout. Why don't you just say that quietly, that foreign language, to the person you're closest to, and have that? And you're basically just shouting the same thing to each other from a distance. But by the time that thing reaches the other person, it sounds so muffled that you would both think of it as foreign. And only you two would be the two that would think of it as foreign rather than the language you speak muffled. And it's literally you two are thinking about it the same way, just from far away from each other rather than close.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. Have you ever, I was going to ask you, have you ever talked to your dad about the way you were like in your childhood and like the violence and stuff?
Yeah. And it's interesting because when I first talked to him about it, I assumed that what he was going to tell me was that he knows it was wrong and he feels guilty.
Right.
And if he ever had any more kids, he'd never be like that again. Instead, his thing was, well, that's what I got raised on. I didn't even, in fact, he said he was doing better for me than what he was raised on.
Right.
He was doing the improvement. I got the improvement. I should be grateful. I got the improvement.
Your brain's like, oh, he's going to apologize.
What are you talking about? But then he told me about it. And I mean, he's not going to watch this podcast, so cool. I can tell you, I can say anything I want about him, innit? But he was essentially like, okay.
Is this in Ghana?
I was at his house in South London when I was talking to him.
No, but when he
was growing up. Yeah, so he was born and raised in Ghana. And he's one of, and I hope my sister will correct me if I'm wrong, but he's one of 10.
Right.
Now my mum...
Rashawn's mum's one of 10 as well.
And my mum's one of 12.
Wow.
So there's just so many. On my mum's side, I don't know my dad's side much because I didn't really know my dad like that growing up. But I knew my mum's side. We used to be there every year, like every event, all the time. I am close with close enough with, my sister's really close, but I am close enough with all of my cousins, my first cousins on my mum's side. So my mum's siblings' children, there are 50 of us.
Wow.
And a lot of us are in a WhatsApp group right now. It is a noisy WhatsApp group. when the conversation starts,
I mean, you're a musician. There
noisy.
are so many WhatsApp groups anyway. But...
Exactly. Yeah. This one is pinned. It is like one of my favorite times because I get to, and our cousins are everywhere. We're like, no way. All right, cool. I thought you was coming to say 10 minutes. Cool. My cousins are everywhere. Like, we've got cousins in all over America. We've got cousins in Asia. We've got cousins. My sister lives in Toronto now, all that kind of stuff. I say that when we go back to the actual thing.
Your dad's
my dad. So basically, he was like, okay, I grew up with all my brothers. I was like one of the youngest. I wasn't all the way up, but I didn't go to school. My dad was like, I didn't go to school. I didn't know what school was as a kid. We would just be out. We'd sell things on the street sometimes. We'd just play with other kids who also didn't go to school. There wasn't, in a lot of places, there wasn't anything as school. And before colonialism, there would have been a different concept that equaled school, but it would have been eradicated by colonialism. It would have been like, we're going to destroy that and we're going to put this thing in place. Now, this thing isn't always accessible because it is wherever colonialism reached rather than everywhere that community was.
Yeah.
So then what I've got, I don't know I've got it. I haven't got school. So then he used to just play. So he didn't really learn anything. Then he turned about 8. And one of his brothers was like, I've had enough. I'm taking you somewhere. Just took him by the hand, led him to the front of this building. Sees this building, he's like, what's this? He said, go in there. He said, what is this? What is this? He said, school. What is school? I don't know what this is. What is school? He said, go in there, they'll teach you things. What things? Like everything. They'll just teach you everything you need to know and understand. Go in there, they'll start doing the teaching part. I have done my part because all I know is to bring you to the front gates of this place.
Right.
Go in there and learn. From there, that's how my dad got his education.
Okay.
He didn't have education before that. So then he was a big stickler for education for us. My sister's now Oxford graduate. It's no coincidence that my dad chose to give his children the improvement of what he got. And as vast improvement as he could. If I was raised with no education, you're going to get all the education. So then the other thing with his parents, his parents never used to talk to him at all. He's one of the youngest and he was like, just whatever.
Wouldn't even talk to him.
They didn't need to. his parents' job was to go out and work, go to the market, go and engineer, go and building site here, go into the fields and chop wood. Like his parents both worked all the God-given hours. And after that, Sunday is church. That's all we're doing. There is no time for playing with the kids, talking with the kids, getting to know the kids, any of that stuff. So my dad's thing was, I'm going to be in your face. I'm going to be in your face every day. You're waking up when I tell you to wake up. You eat when I tell you to eat. You're going to, like, if you do something wrong, I'm going to be the one to discipline you. If you do something right, I'm going to be the one to discipline you. But like everything, I'm in your face. My dad taught me how to play piano. I'm good at maths. I've got an engineer's mind. He taught me how to build a plug socket from nothing. I could build computers when I was like 7. Like my dad, everything. But he was on. And my brother isn't my sister's dad, my dad's son.
Right.
My brother was from my mum's previous relationship. My dad was like, you're mine as well now. You're all learning together. And I think I might have said it on a past podcast, but he used to basically, my dad was a computer engineer and a programmer. He used to print 100 or 500, I don't know how many, maths questions for your age. So he programmed it to make maths questions and print it on reels of paper. And every morning in the summer holidays, he'd give us a reel of paper, finish that before I get home.
Right.
And be like, I can't finish this before you get home on Friday, let alone before you get home today. But that's your job. Here's a pencil, finish it before you get home. You ain't going out, you ain't meeting your friends, you're finishing that work. And every day he'd give us a new set of sheets. That was our summer holidays, man.
Right.
He was in your face. Why? Because his parents weren't around. So when I'm like, why did you beat us so much? I know it's not even us. Barely beat my brother because my brother's not his son. Barely beat my sister, she's a girl. I got all the stuff. All the stuff. That's how it feels anyway. Yeah. And my sister's going to probably feel different because she had also her own, she was only 16 months younger than me, her own erratic mind, her own irrational childlike mind, building emotions and choosing what experience she believes she had. And now she's got a different dad from what I have. She might have gotten beaten as much as me in her imagination or memory of it. Mine's all imagination and memory. It's like, I don't know. I've just grown up believing what I believe and running with it. When I talked to him, he corroborated enough to know, yeah, he did beat me a lot.
Yeah.
But it's better. It's better that he beat me a lot. Yeah, innit? Sorry, I shouldn't have done both, innit? It's better that he beat me a lot than he didn't. Because the opposite of didn't beat me a lot is not being around like his parents weren't. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, what else? He didn't want to give no hugs. He got zero attention. My dad used to sing with us. He used to take us shopping every weekend. He used to take us to church like once a month. We used to be able to go to the chicken and chip shop after church. He used to give us chicken and chips. He played games with us in the car, little maths games. Add up the numbers on that license plate. That license plate. That license plate. Whole trips. There was no doing something else when your kids are around.
Right.
We're interacting. We're learning. We're building. We're developing. We're communicating.
Present.
My dad was so present. I would call him overbearing rather than absent.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? But that's his thing of, I didn't have hugs as love to be able to say, I'm going to give you the love that I don't know. I know this love. My love is I build you. My love is I give you everything I have in here. Everything I own in here is yours.
Right.
That's his love.
Because a lot of cultures do that, right? I think in a lot of Scandinavian cultures that they don't go to school until they're 7 or 8.
Wicked.
So I think they say that before that it's kind of play and developing the character of the child and then go to school from that age.
I get it. I think in his early years, what he felt like he was missing was deliberate development. Like right now with my daughter leads. Like she leads. We have a non-screen household. We don't have a TV in our living room. We literally, it's because I know if I put that screen in front of her, she'll sit there and watch it. I've seen what she's like. When she sees my phone, eyes get open. It's colourful and interesting, and it interacts the second. She's a zombie for it. And I've seen many kids would be a zombie for it in some way, shape or form. But I don't think that she doesn't have the control to say enough. So I don't even let her say start. I just leave that. We don't have a thing. But we listen to so much music now. Like, what do you want to do at breakfast? That huh? That what? That Michael Jackson.
All
Got
right.
it. So we'll just listen to that for while we're cooking pancakes, and she'll. Yeah.
One of my boys came up to me the other day and went like, "Do you know who Michael Jackson is?" I was like, "Nah, who's
No,
that?"
son, you educate me.
Yeah. I just smiled at it. No, who's that?
But this, I think that's
that.
what I mean about like when I end up talking to my dad, I'm like, yeah, you don't know more about parenting. You didn't know more about parenting when you were this age than I know. In fact, I know more about parenting because I also had you.
Yeah.
And
it's
everything
good that it hasn't had like an everlasting, doesn't seem to have anyway, from this conversation, like a lasting impact on you.
I mean, it doesn't have a lasting impact in anywhere that I'm aware of.
Right.
There are places that I'm unaware, and my Gemma's a really good flashlight for that stuff.
Right.
Like, I still play the role of martyr.
Okay.
So I will wait until I am mash up and overly stressed before I say, I've been asking for help.
Right.
So rather than ask for help clearly and cleanly and concisely at the point that I realize help is needed, I'll wait for 10 more stages of needing help until I'm battered and bruised.
We just try and like plow on.
Just plow on until I'm the victim of the lack of support.
Yeah.
It's my dad, he is chef's kiss for how much of a martyr he is.
Yeah.
Because in his impression, my mum did not appreciate how hard he was working on being a good person in our family. And I'm like, nah, like, here's my thing. If you've got a negative emotion and there's somebody else to blame about it, you're not telling the truth yet.
What do you mean?
There is not a single like bad person out there. You can judge someone.
Not a single bad person.
There's not a single bad person out there.
I have to disagree with you on this one.
The only bad people are the ones that your lens tells you is bad, not that they are bad.
What about murders hundreds of people?
Did a bad thing.
Right.
Different. You've done bad things.
Do you know?
You've pissed on someone's wall before. Now, it's not as bad as murdering hundreds of people, but it is bad. So you just got to choose what your bad is and say that my bad isn't as bad as yours, so I can be the good one that can call you bad.
Do you not think people are wired differently? Some people are just wired bad.
Yeah, everyone's wired differently, but no one is bad. No, sorry, I didn't hear the whole of your sentence, did I? My bad.
It's all right.
I don't think anyone's wired bad.
Really?
I think there are people that are wired in a way that doesn't work for the rest of society.
I remember hearing a story though once about someone watching someone get hit or like really hurt and them having to go home and practice in the mirror like the emotions of how to actually like they saw the reaction of the other people and had to go home in the mirror and then like practice the reactions of that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I do think, what do you think about like psychopaths then?
Yeah, they're fucked.
They're fucked. People who are just like...
You're a psychopath. So that means your actions are probably going to be based on your environment. And if your environment allows for you to do stuff that doesn't work for the rest of society, you're probably going to do stuff that people call you a bad person for. But you're not a bad person. You're a psychopath, which is different. You don't understand how things should be operated. The rest of society, and society's left you to do this misunderstanding.
Right. Yeah, because I guess what is the difference between sociopath and psychopath is violence, isn't it? Or
Don't
actually
know.
hurting.
I haven't looked into it enough.
Yeah, or actually hurting someone.
All I do know
that is the difference.
Is if the one that's violent isn't intervened on, then it's society's fault that it went wrong.
Because, I guess it's hard to see, isn't it? And hard to notice.
I'll give an example. I know someone who's very close to me. It's probably the only person who I won't say enough to say what it is I'm talking about, who it is I'm talking about. But they've got really difficult to manage mental health issues.
Right.
When they were younger, we could see that it was going wrong. And we just let them be. And they ended up being accused of harassment and put in a jail cell for a night. And I remember thinking like, oh, what are you doing in jail, man? And I was like, oh, wait a minute. What it should really be is, what are we doing letting you do the things that would end you up in jail? The jail, being put in a jail means somebody was able to say, bad, punishment. But really, it was us who let them, knowing that he had mental health issues. Because the person who said bad didn't know the rest of that person's story. But I knew more of that person's story. I need to spend more time on them then. Or find a way that they can get the help that they need so they don't go off and do the that would end up them up in a jail cell. But this is what I mean about like, there's no such thing as bad out there. There is different wiring and then there's workability. For example, don't kill. But if something's been placed in your head, that means kill is a message over and over. Actually, you're doing what your wiring says is the right thing to do. You should have been put somewhere better. You should have been put in a car scrap heap lot that you can take a big sledgehammer and kill as many cars as you can. Get that thing, that wiring worked. It's literally, if the environment is made for whatever's wired here, you're good. You actually end up being good. Wow, you did 100 cars today. You're the best psychopath or sociopath I've ever met. Do you know what I mean? Good and bad is literally whether it works for the rest of society. But the actual judgment on whether somebody is good or bad, it's not
but
real.
hurting someone isn't like actually hurting someone physically.
So your action doesn't work for society, but the person you are.
It's not just society though. That is actually for everyone, isn't it? That's
It
not
could
so much
be.
society. I guess the laws and the rules are there within reason to protect.
It's within a certain reason and within whoever's reason agrees with that. Because laws have been changed. The ideals that society is based on differ throughout the whole world. There are some times and some eras in life and some epochs, whatever, where certain killing makes sense, other killing doesn't. Like the person who is up for, let's say, who is against killing human beings but eats beef is up for killing the other creatures, but not these creatures. But if you look at it from the cow's perspective, humans are evil.
Or having like a pet. I always think that weird. When
The
people
domestication
have pet
of dogs and the breeding of them. Like, dogs will look at humans like, you're evil, man. You're bad. All of you. All of you. Because not just the ones that have dogs, but the ones that are complicit with the ones that have dogs.
It's the
you're
breeding
bad.
ones. When you see like a pug or something where they're like...
And it's just, you're clearly not well. You need to...
That's what when you put on a pug, they'd be like...
Do you see what I mean? But this is what I'm saying. It's all perspective. And we are just egotistical enough to think that our perspective is the one that everyone else is looking through. But if you zone out of ours and put it through another lens somewhere else, you're as bad as the person you thought was bad. The fact that I've got a mobile phone, the fact that we've got so many frigging cameras that we do not need.
Come on, let's get more.
Silicon. Like, it's literally like we are using resources that we did not earn nor deserve all the time. We're stripping them from people who require
Cobalt
things from us. Like, we're stripping things from people who want and need our help and our support every day. And we're not doing that. Instead, we're chatting about elusive ideas. Do you know what I mean?
That's what makes me laugh about electric cars. It's like...
Electric cars?
It's just like, well, people, I guess it's dangerous, isn't it? People who drive electric cars get on the high horse when you think how much cobalt is actually in your car.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
Like crazier
like,
in the battery.
I'm going to get on a higher horse than your high horse, even though I'm...
Older generations love to do that shit.
Yeah.
Let's get on the highest horse.
Whoever can get on
top
the
of
highest
building.
horse. And that's why I'm like, the idea of bad, strip it for a minute, because no one's going to win that. Nobody's going to win that. I don't believe in heaven or hell anyway, so this isn't a Christian conversation. I guess somebody who has that type of faith is going to have that type of conversation. And even I don't think I'm equipped to have that kind of conversation with them anyway.
Do you think you're good?
No, not with... Because I'm grading myself on how I'm thinking all the time. And I'm judging people on a daily and minute basis. All the time. Let me tell you, all the time. And then sometimes I'm judging myself. If I tell you some of the things that could be deemed as bad that I've done today, you'd be like, nah, you can't consider yourself
Done
a
or
good person.
thought?
Both.
Right.
Mate. My mum used to steal grapes from the shops when she used to shop. So she'd be eating them while she's doing her shopping. And I'd be like, Mum, why are you stealing grapes? She's like, I'm going to buy this pack. Like, yeah, but what about that pack that you're eating? And she'd be like, it's all right. And when I got older, I was like, it's not all right. It's not all right. The other day, I saw some guys in the shops eating, like standing at the side of the tills. They had put one packet of crisps, they put it in their bag, and they were just sharing another packet of crisps. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. I got to be reminded of my mum. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for stealing.
It's all fucked, mate. All of it is shit.
I let my kids eat if we're going to then pay for it. So if it's like a big packet of popcorn, just open it. And then you'd be like, yeah, we're paying for this.
Sounds like sex before a relationship.
But that's not because. But it's not as bad as hurting people, though, is it?
You could say that. You could say that. It's a good horse to be on, and it is relatively high.
What, saying eating Chris is mad as stabbing someone?
It's just different levels of bad. You just got to think about what perspective you want to look at it from.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? From an insect's perspective, everything's big. It might as well be the equal level of big.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if I step on a insect, or if a car rolls over an insect, or a tractor rolls over an insect, or if they build a building on top of that insect. It's all bigger things than it, killing it. What perspective you want to look at it from is the way that we choose whether we think we're good or bad.
Yeah, I guess
But
I just think inflicting pain on someone is quite high up the list.
it could be seen as that. It could be seen as that. But I'm like, maybe I just don't know the lens that would make it good. I don't know the lens.
Well, people keep changing the lens, don't they?
Like
to suit them.
Right. So then, okay, that's the reason why I'm saying strip the
Yeah.
idea of good and bad away, like for a minute, and just be like, what do you want? Like, what do you like? Then I can use my ego in a really good way. I think I'm right about my Gemma should not wake me up talking about the coffee. However, she's not happy, and I don't like that.
Right.
So I got to change. I don't care if I'm right. I don't care if I'm right. If she's not happy, then my world doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? My world doesn't make sense if she's not happy. If she's not happy, she is with my daughter half the time.
Yeah, it'll affect your daughter as well, massively.
That's wild to me. And then she then got her own family and her own friends who I want the Gemma that I love to be over there with them. But if I am having a go at her about the coffee and now she's not happy about it because I haven't woken up right, and I could have taken care of it and I didn't, and now I'm putting it on her. Now she goes out into the world not happy on that basis because I was on a higher horse.
What coffee are you drinking anyway? Instant? What did you eat?
I'm instant. I don't know what good coffee even is. Imagine that. I haven't even got high stakes in coffee.
I do like instant though. It gives you certain buzz.
Sure, but it's not good. It's all shit. Mate, coffee is bad for us.
I don't know if it is, you know.
Coffee
it's got,
is-
what is it, 5 grams of fibre in every cup?
Who cares? It's
Yeah, 'cause
not
it's good
good,
for your
for
shits,
you.
isn't it?
It's not good for you. You can say whatever you want. I can tell when I'm drinking the first sip of coffee that I'm
Instant
like,
coffee is not good for you. Actual coffee is good for you.
do you know what? I don't know enough actual coffee to know.
I'll
I
make you
know.
a coffee and you'll be like, that's fucking good.
I'll be like, do you know what? I
It
felt
is good
5
for you.
years get added on to the end of my life with that one. Yeah, I get it. I'm just like,
Because it's just a plant, right? So you're actually getting a lot of stuff
listen,
from...
I would hope so. I would hope that a good coffee is good for you. Because I am not going to try. Again, it's what you care about. I'm not going to campaign for people to stop drinking coffee in the world. Bro, I'm campaigning for artists to make their music. When you said you wrote a poem about the thing and you made it into a thing and your sons were part of it and now you got Wayne Hernandez on it, I was like, Max has done Max.
Yeah.
I am campaigning about that.
We could play it if you want, because I own it, technically.
What do you mean technically? You own it.
Yeah, I own it. So I could play it. if you want.
100%.
We could do that. Well, we could do
Sorry,
it. It'd
let
be
me
a
just
nice
say,
moment in the
I
podcast.
assumed that you were definitely playing it.
What, right now?
Oh, you meant after as in after we'd finished?
Yeah.
No, you got to play it for people.
All right, let's play it now.
100%.
1 second. Where's my phone?
And then what you do is overdub it in the post-production. Put the actual song under it.
So you can actually hear the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a good time. 3:30.
Wicked.
2 hours.
I love talking to you, man.
Mate, his voice. Fuck me.
Bro.
He's killing. Yeah, cherish story, is it?
I hope to be able to use my voice the way, or be used by my voice. I think so. But I would love to be used by it the way I see other people being used by theirs. I think I've got a versatile instrument that I'm still getting my head around. Whereas I think I see and experience people that are Vula.
Oh, mate.
Sometimes when she sings, it's not Vula singing. It is Vula's voice singing.
Right.
And Vula is the person carrying the voice.
I chatted to her a bit after, actually, about, because I can't like, it's weird. I went up, I kind of like smiled and went, hey. Well, I realised we've never actually met. But I've seen her like
Because
perform.
she's a
so
national fucking treasure.
Yeah.
So you just walked up with the
I was like, hey, how are
familiarity.
you? She's like, who the fuck are you?
You were like, oh shit, I was playing
Yeah,
sax
yeah.
just now. I'm Max on sax.
Yeah.
That's what you should have done. You should have said, I'm Max on sax presents. Wait, it's out.
Yeah, it's been out for ages.
Sick. way. And your production in it?
Yeah. Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Sick. Oh, sick. All right. Sick. It's how I know you're old school, because your intro is a minute long. Good on you, man.
This world that changed my perception forever. My grasp of life before was so selfish and narrow.
What?
His voice would say that.
My love grew into something monumental. Never have I felt so changed.
No. My bad. I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to explore. I'm going back. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place. It's frozen at 1 minute 39 here. It's not playing 1 minute 39. It's playing for about 2 minutes 15 right now.
Oh, what is that?
Yeah. This is what happens. I was trying to explore more about the song, going through stuff like,
Yeah, that's it.
bro, okay.
His voice is sick,
I've got things to say.
Go on.
The first thing is, every song from here on, credit your sons.
Right.
Credit your sons. They will make money. It makes money.
Yeah.
Credit your sons. And that's your actual horns playing. You actually played that sax on there. Did you play sax on it? All
I
right.
don't think I played that, but yeah.
Play that song on every gig you do
Right.
from now on. Every time you've got a you and backing track gig, play this song.
Nice.
Every single time. Without
dance.
fail. Like, without fail. For real though, bro. Without fail. Every venue, especially in the UK, every venue you can, play that song.
Yeah, that'd be wicked.
Every time.
You inspired me, man, to
Bro,
do...
venues pay a license to play music that is owned by people.
Yeah.
That license money goes to the people who own it, who are the composition owners, the copyright owners.
Yeah.
That's why credit your sons. Because the money goes to them.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
I see what you mean. It's like an inheritance, isn't
That's
it?
an inheritance. That's how a musician can give an inheritance to their children.
Yeah.
From now, every new song, when we work on our project together, your sons, my daughter, are going to be credited. Make
cool
sure they
idea,
come in
man.
and do work though, because their dads are musicians.
Yeah.
Get them to come in and do work.
Do some
Give
like
me a word.
tambourine or something.
Tambourine, play on it. Give me whatever words you have.
Yeah.
My sister, great. Let's try and find a way to use that and actually credit you for
I do
actually
like
putting
that.
on work.
That's
Yeah,
wicked.
but do it with integrity. But do it and let them have it.
Yeah.
Let them actually have. Let it be that, and it might be like pennies every week. But they're only kids right now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
good
They got
for the,
50 weeks a year for the next
Good for
12
that.
years.
Kids ISA, it's good for that.
Yeah. For the next 12 years, 50 weeks a year, they get a couple of extra pennies and pounds.
I haven't released a tune in ages though. I kind of feel like a bit... It's hard in summer, isn't it? Because you just feel just a bit like, fuck, you know.
It depends on what you want to release, why you want to release. I want to release so that I can use the copyright, not so that I can get money from
I started to
streaming.
fall out of love with the system though. That started to annoy me. Just like...
Okay, let me interview you on this real quick, because
How many people release music and then now it's
fuck
just
all
a
of
bit
them,
just-
bro. Actually, no, love all of them, but it's nothing to do with them. Let me tell you something. When we did the Pizza Express gig,
Yeah.
there were songs on that set that were 15 years old.
Believe it's still one of my favourite tunes ever.
Believe is one of the oldest songs in that set.
Right.
And I wrote it at a time that I really loved just making music, and it feels like a Michael Jackson song because I let it feel like a Michael Jackson song. I wanted to have a song that felt a little bit like Speed Demon and Another Part of Me kind of thing, where the bass has got an idea to it already and all that stuff. But I didn't know anything about the industry. So I was just green and happy to make music. But I wish that somebody had told me what systems I could have put in place for songs like that, because that song, now it does, but it had an opportunity to be making me money from the day I wrote it. And I think some of the systems are supposed to work in the background. You're supposed to basically, like brushing your teeth. You don't brush your teeth for love. You brush your teeth because it's habitual now. But it works.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? It's the same thing. You finish your song, you do a certain set of actions. Those certain set of actions work in the background. Now you can choose whatever work you do with the song. You can choose to release it. You can choose to put it on DSPs.
What's that?
Like what am I talking about? On like Spotify, Apple Music, whatever.
Yeah.
You can put it out there. I don't know why the words went out of my head there, because I don't care about it. Honestly, I think because streaming, I haven't found out how to make streaming work for me. I don't care about it.
No,
but I
me
have
either.
figured out how to make radio work for me, and it makes money, and people hear my music the way I want them to. Because I always grew up with the idea, like, you have a radio presenter introduces you, your song, something about what they felt like or talked about when you sat down with them and what they've seen about you. Yeah, this guy Jai Amore, man, he's just on a Pizza Express gig. You know Max on Sax, the podcast. He's been on the podcast a few times. Now him and Max on Sax, they had their own song together, and it's about their kids, man. They're both fathers in the industry, and they made a song about it, and here it is. That, and then the song plays. That's how my dream happens about music.
Right.
But that experience also makes you money, because radio pays the composers. Boom, that's another one. Live gigging pays the composers. Boom, that's another one. So just put the systems in place. That means you can just go and do the things you want to do with your music.
Yeah.
Do you
I
know what I
don't
mean?
really want to be pushing it and doing all that shit.
Fuck, I hate pushing my music. Do you know what I love doing though? I love talking about my lyrics. So
Right.
do you know what I'll do instead of push my music? I'll just talk to people that I really like about my. Do you know what I used to do when I used to make songs back in the day? I had a song called "Baby Girls Fly" with a rapper called MKP. He came to the gig. He was the one that was sitting right at the front.
Okay.
Him
yeah.
and his guest. They were sitting right. He was.
Mercedes. He said Mercedes, right? He talked about having Mercedes.
Yes, yeah, him exactly. So I love how he raps. He raps like an English person who has learnt a lot from Americans.
There are a lot
So
of heavies at that gig.
mate, let me tell you.
when I was
This is what I'm saying.
Frankie was there.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it was awesome.
So, and you should interview her on this podcast as well.
Yeah.
She's got things happening in her brain that no one else has in the
Right.
world.
Her
In the
music's
world.
amazing.
Like, and her music is
I'd
phenomenal.
love to get Vula on as well.
Vula would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Vula takes care of so many people that you end up concerned if she's taking care of herself.
Right.
That's how many people have been impacted by the fact that she exists. Anyway, the point I'm making, he sat there, we had a song called Baby Girls Fly, but at the time there was only infrared. So I used to get on the bus so that I could meet people on the bus and ask them if I can send them my song.
Right.
And in the 3 minutes it took for the song to go across from infrared to infrared, I used to tell them about the song.
That's cool.
But it's because I used to also find a really good way to chat up girls. I used to find a really good way to, because I tried to get a sales job when I was young, and I wasn't good at it because I want to be liked. And so
Right.
many people said no. When you say, do you want to buy it? And like, no. Like, oh, it'll hurt my heart. So I was
Right.
like, how do I practice? Get on a bus, talk to strangers. Do you want my song? It's free. I'm going to send it via infrared. And while we're sitting there talking, I can talk about it. So because I used to love lyrics. I had one song that I said, stacking up my accolades, I bet you don't know what that means. I used to think it was genius, man. I was like, that's wicked. Because also, I know I'm from Harlesden. No one knows what accolades is.
Yeah.
Awards, sure. But accolades, I'm stacking up my accolades. I bet you don't know what that means. Wicked lyric. So I used to literally be able to sit there and talk to them about that kind of stuff that I put in my songs. That was the whole thing. But I used to love doing that. So
Right.
then just do the thing you love
So
doing.
I love doing this.
So then, and every single podcast episode, you need to show off a song.
Right.
You have to.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
And don't do it. The thing is, do it in a way that is like make it part of the podcast.
Yeah, like you just did with you.
Yeah. Make it a part of what's going on. I'm going to show one
I
of
wish
my
I had
songs.
to be fair, it'd be even better if I had a little speaker because it's like.
Well, now
there's
you
so
know for the
much-
next time. I'm going to
Because
watch
you remember when I played
whoever's
the one
after.
in Soho? They had like
Yep.
a monitor, actual monitor.
Yeah.
Which made it, you feel
An
it more.
experience. Yeah. So do that. Do it for, bro, your guests want, you are Max on Sax, regardless of the fact that you can talk about anything you want. It's Max on Sax talking about anything he wants. So don't disregard the fact that it's Max on Sax. You are
Yeah, I would like to do
composing
musical
musician.
performances within it as well.
Sick.
That would be a cool thing to do.
Bro, do it, man.
Because maybe we should do that on the next one. on your
The
fourth
next time
one.
I'm here, yeah. And I will be doing another one.
Yeah,
because we
100%.
ain't talked nowhere near enough about the artist journal that I want to talk about. But I think there was something underlying the artist journal that we got to talk about. And that's what I'm actually here. Everything that I'm doing is for the thing that's underneath the thing. And I'm always here for the thing under the thing. Bro, like the business that you will do for your music is the business that you'll love having done. And the more you do
I do
it,
miss it. I do miss releasing tunes, definitely.
just do it. And releasing doesn't mean releasing doesn't mean the thing you don't like about releasing. You can not do any of that and still release.
Yeah. Got a tune with, do you know Sam White?
Yeah.
Got a tune with her that I'm about to release, which is wicked.
The-
She
ju-
did the Dreamers one for the Dreamers, but
Yeah.
it's more like a housey one.
Just don't release it. In fact, ask her if she's all right with, I want to release this differently. She'll be like, what do you mean? You'll be like, do you know what? If I'm honest, I'm going to go and find out what that means. But I hate releasing music in this orthodox way. And I'm also, to be fair, bro, in this time, you might not get... I don't want to say something negative about anything you're doing in the future.
No, go on.
But it might be unnecessary to aim for enough streams to pay for anything substantial.
Well, what does that mean though? I mean, even if you have like,
Why don't you aim for something that you want?
yeah,
Why
I
don't
don't
you
really
aim
also
for
don't,
something
yeah, I
that-
don't give a shit about that really. to be honest.
Yeah, so aim for some. So if that's the case, it doesn't matter what it does on Spotify or Apple Music.
Do you know
it
what I'd
doesn't
like
matter.
from the podcast and also from music is to be able to pay people. So like to pay you to come. That's what I'd like from podcasting.
If that's the case,
And
then,
also I'd like that from music to do like a session
Yeah.
and I'd be like, I'm going to pay this person.
so then do you know what you want to do is then like that's business. You're talking about business. Do you see what I mean? So that's different from the art of it. Because the art of it is you want to be able to talk about whatever you want with people that you really like.
Yeah, yeah. And if it does get businessy, it starts to change and you have to start going.
Right. But the thing is, I think if you can compartmentalize the business of it, I think you can get it to pay you. You can. Bro, there was a gig that I did for an artist. I did a gig for an artist, and artist gigs don't pay as much as function gigs.
No idea.
So I depped a function gig to do a gig for this artist. On the same day, my band was off doing a festival. I had to pay them out of my own pocket.
Right.
I paid them more to do each person in the band, I paid them more to do the festival each than I was getting paid to work with this artist.
Right.
And I had depped a function to do this artist gig.
Was it a good artist gig that one you did?
Wicked gig.
There you go.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it. You will know something about me from a while. I'm either stupidly, stubbornly, or geniusly doing what I want.
Right.
I'm only doing what I want. And I knew it was going to be worth it. And it was worth it. It turned out amazing. And even there's still things to iron out and fine tune and sew together. But it worked. It worked out perfect. But the point is, that's gone again. The point is that
What time is it? We've got 20. We've got loads of time.
wicked. Like the point is do the thing that you want. And the thing you want is often like the antithesis of the thing that you think you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
We think we're supposed to put our music on Spotify and Apple Music and wherever else, Tidal and da-da-da-da. But that doesn't interest us or excite us.
I like what you said before. Sorry to interrupt. But I like what you said on the last time was just interacting with like a small amount of fans, but like really interacting and building people. That's what you said on the last one.
Yeah.
And people who are actually interested in it rather
Yeah.
than just throwing it into the ether and being like, oh, I hope it sticks. Actually connecting with us. And then that's what,
Imagine.
because what is it? The guy you did Atomic Habits started it like that. He
Yeah.
started it as an email thing that started with like a couple of thousand and then built.
Is he the 123 guy? Because, oh my God, his emails are amazing if that's him. Wicked.
Is it James Clear?
Very like, you have to ask
Potentially.
Gemma. Gemma knows every author. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
why she has that information in her head, but doesn't know how to get from Harlesden to friggin' broccoli. Come on. But like,
funny.
I that would be how. Imagine if you, listen, bro, your audience might be 100 people. All right, a campaign's 90 days long. So what if you called one of them every day?
Yeah.
Sent a voice note every day, just one individual voice note. Just that's how your campaign goes. I've got 100 people. My campaign's going to be 100 days long. And for now, that's how I'm going to do it. If I'm putting out a random number.
Yeah.
Because when it's 1,000, you'd have to do something else. But if it's 100, do this. Holler at for my gig at Pizza Express, almost 80% of the people in the room, I voice noted them myself.
Yeah. Who did I speak
They're
to?
a personal invite.
Dwayne Lamont. Yeah. You kind of actually said that you spoke to him directly.
It's a personal invite.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. There was a point where I had people in my fan base, my audience, who I didn't even know who they were. And that wave passed. I'm now in that. And then another wave I had, that wave passed. I'm now not in that. And now I'm in a new starting again thing.
You can do some more gigs.
100%. That gig was a movie for me, man.
Got to.
Yeah. And also,
so
that's what it will take for us to fine tune what we did. What we did was fantastic. But there's a next level to it. And I know there's a next level to it. So I'm like, and I'm not going for a pop gig. I'm not aiming at I'm kind of going for like almost rock and roll. But the genre isn't rock and roll. But the feeling is, because you just don't know what could happen. You don't know how it's going to pan out. The only thing you do know is that these musicians are really good at being musicians. Yeah. And they know their songs really well.
They play your music
really well. They play music really well. So they can play it however they want then.
Yeah.
Because that's really what I want. I want all of us to play the music however we want. And then the gig to be a result of that. That's my aim, because that sounds really great strong, to me. Man. Thank you, bro.
Really, really strong.
I'm really good at I basically. I'll tell you where it comes from. If I didn't want to get in trouble when I was a kid, I used to have to say the right thing.
Right.
My songwriting is basically anxiety.
Going around the room and everyone writing. That sounds like a cool exercise.
It is.
Wicked
it is,
exercise.
Bro. I grew up on it, man. Imagine that.
That's like comfort zone thing. Isn't it?
And there were people in there that they were from, like my Gemma went to the same youth club. There was a girl in the front as well, Cleopatra. She went to the same youth club as me. Yeah. There was a couple of us that are from that same school of thought where it's like
great energy in the room, man.
In it,
really nice.
That's why we got to do more, because 100%. I think those people will come back and they might bring a friend.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And that's kind of what I want. That's why I'm saying, when I release the next thing I release, I'm going to send it to the people that came to the gig. Hey guys, remember I said I was releasing? I'm going to give it to you. And it's just going to be on your WhatsApp. You tell me where else I should put it. Because I know some people that have been like, Jay, I just went on Spotify to find your song. I couldn't find it. Great, then I'll put it there because you asked for it to be there.
You called me about that once, saying, why isn't your... I really like that. Why isn't your song at the top?
Yeah.
Your new song, why haven't you put it on your release? I'm like, oh, yeah, shit.
Right? And it's that. Just like, do the thing that the people around you want to do. Because we're doing the formula that we're told to do based on the industry. But the industry is really there for itself.
Yeah, it sucks.
It sucks,
except for
the people that it works for. It's amazing for the people it works for. But it doesn't need to work for everyone. No. It doesn't have to work for everyone. It has to work for the people that it's meant to work for. For everyone else, it can just do whatever it can do for them.
Maybe even do a part of the show where you talk about like original music or specific songs that you're bringing out.
Yeah.
Could it be a segment of the podcast that's a part of that? Because I like talking about it. Mm-hmm. And I like the longer form of talking about creating music. It's just the whole like, hey, talking to the...
That's what I was saying at the beginning of our conversation. I was like, when I was seeing, there was a girl who was in that debate thing, you could tell she just wanted her name to be known. But she didn't care about the conversation. She didn't care about what she was debating about.
Right.
As opposed to the guy who really cared. Like, me, I'm not an artist because I'm trying to promote myself. I'm an artist, and then I enjoy promoting myself because it gets more people to get introduced to my art. But then I have a trouble promoting myself because actually what I really want to talk about are the things that matter to me. Yeah. What matters to me today, rather than talk about the Artist Journal, which really matters to me. You and your sister's relationship made so much sense to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you making music with your family involved means so much to me that I didn't talk about my music or the business that I set up to help artists. Yeah. Because that's the thing underneath everything that is my foundation of what I'm here to talk about. And that's actually, if anything stops me from promoting, it's going to be the fact that I care. I love talking about people to the people.
I guess in a roundabout why you did, because you said when you wrote tunes with that girl, you asked her about herself.
Yeah.
And then obviously when we talked about the music, then I should write music about that.
Right. And then you're like, oh, I did.
Yeah. So,
do you see what I mean?
Some roundabout ways. It definitely makes a difference to the music you create.
100%. Because it matters to you. But that's also, okay, total side note. It's the reason why I don't think Michael Jackson did it. I don't
Right.
think Michael Jackson was one of the bad guys. I don't.
No, I don't
because
either.
he meant they don't really care about us. He like what it feels like, and that's an emotional thing. But I don't really feel like. I don't feel like R. Kelly meant "I Believe I Can Fly." I don't think he meant it in the way that makes other people inspired by it. I think people are inspired by the thoughts behind the song and the idea behind the song because he's a charismatic man
If
who
you
wrote a
did do
good
it,
song.
it ruins PYT, right?
Thank you. Do you know what I mean?
It ruins it.
But honestly, I think songs like PYT and there's the "Oh, you knock me off of my feet now, baby." What's that song? The Way You Make Me Feel.
Yeah.
I think any song he wrote about women, you could tell he's kind of androgynous. He doesn't really, he hasn't really figured out his relationship with women.
No.
But he has figured out what he thinks about the world.
Yeah.
Because Man in the Mirror, they don't really care about us, black or white.
That one resonated with me the
Song.
most when I was a kid.
Which one?
Black or White.
Yeah.
And also Earth Song, just being like, just the video and stuff. I remember
Right.
I can still see as a kid watching the TV being like,
It's magic, mate. It's
unreal.
magic. It's
more
actual
than any of
magic
the other
happening.
songs that had groove. Don't know why, but those two songs really stuck out to me.
Do you see what I mean? But that's that honestly, my honest reason. And it's maybe naive, and I'm cool to be naive. Choose what you believe in and run with it. That's why I don't believe he was any of the bad shit. I'm more happy to think about how many conspiracies there were against him and his success.
People closer to him
think-
think it's all bollocks as well. Like, I think Mo Pleasure and stuff.
There you go.
In his band for 20, 30 years. Think
Right.
it's absolute bollocks.
There you go. And if
Also,
that's
you
the
got to
case,
look at the people who were saying it. Like, a lot of those people were in debt to him, owed him lots of money, owed the whole family lots of money. Don't know. Also, even when you're watching the documentary, I don't know, it just seems a bit like, ooh, doesn't feel.
do you know what I mean? But this is why I can't balance it. I'm not going to try and balance it on the facts that have been presented. I have to balance it on the thing that drives me. And it is that I do believe when you mean your art, when your art comes from you, it feels different from when it doesn't. It's the reason why I'm not worried about AI.
Right.
Because humans connect. And
Yeah,
humans connecting through music is one of the... It's
That'll
like that.
become a retro thing, wouldn't it? Like a kind of like a vintage thing about just
Yeah.
human connection.
Yeah.
Definitely will.
And it will continue to be valuable because of that. Do you know what I mean? It will always be valuable.
I think we've got 10 minutes or so. Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
We're going to blip that moment out. I'm joking, I'm playing.
That was
But yeah, I honestly, I think human connection is always going to be premium, man.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen Demolition Man. They tried to have sex virtually. Didn't work out.
Not for me.
I just think everything is, everything, the whole reason we're here, I think after all humans are gone, won't matter anyway.
Right.
So if machines are going to come and destroy all humans, then all right, then we've done the human thing then. Human thing has been done. And we were here during that time.
You think
Great.
aliens are watching to stop all that happening?
Oh, I've recently started speaking to people who actually they have been watching all of the ideas, all the things about aliens, like UFOs, flying orbs in the sky.
Yeah.
And I'd be up for it.
People believe it's like a gratitude thing, right? So you have to be in the right frame of mind and in the right energy
Like frequency to be able to
actually
observe.
see them. And if you're not, if you just start going,
Fair.
oh, life's shit, you have to be like grateful apparently and sit there. There's a woman who talks about it on one of these podcasts and she kind of gets into a space where she feels it and then that's where they come.
Fair.
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm like, I don't have nearly enough information in my head to figure it for myself. So I'm happy to listen to what
Or
everyone's
some
saying.
people think we're soul donors.
Soul donors.
Yeah, there's like someone watching from above. There's harvesting souls.
Fucking hell, man. Listen, as long as that person's happy, do you know what I mean? As long as the person who believes in that is happy, cool,
They're definitely not.
cool. Maybe we are. Like, the thing is, I promise you this, I'm not going to investigate to find out if I am.
No.
So if I am a
also,
soul
what
donor,
difference does it fucking make?
What difference? That's what I'm saying,
You're just going
yeah.
to go like...
yeah, you're going
That's
to
gonna be
die,
it.
your soul goes to wherever it's been donated to.
So here's a question for you.
Go on.
Do you feel any differently about death since you had kids?
No. No, I think death is one of the gifts of life. I think it is knowing that you're going to die. I don't know what film I got this from,
Kick up the arse, right?
but no, it's not. It's the thing that makes the time that you're alive beautiful.
Right.
I'm not here forever. In fact, I don't 100% know that I'll be here tomorrow. I
Or
don't
in the next 10 minutes,
100%
right?
in the next 10 minutes. I had oh my God, it was fantastic. I was asleep on my couch and
That's
I
not
had
my
like
way
a
of saying
dream.
I'm going to murder you. But
Psychopath. I think it's a word.
I'm not bad though, so it's
So
fine.
there you go, innit? We're like, damn it. I did a podcast with a fucking psychopath.
You killed me in the
And he
end.
killed me at the end. Please share it, please.
Hit me with the black magic.
Yeah. This needs to be streamed instead, then, innit? Then you get it for
Just for
definite,
safety.
innit? But I had a dream, and for some reason, the whole it was like an earthquake came and down my street, and I could hear the rumble in the background, and the earth's been torn up, and the next thing was going to be us in our house. The only thing I had in my head was let me go and just hug and cover my daughter who's asleep on the bed upstairs. That's the only thing I had. And if that's how our last moment is, at least she
It's in the dream or in real life?
in the dream.
Right.
Couldn't have been in real life because there was.
No, as in I didn't know if you went up and then cuddled.
Oh
or
right,
just
no.
cuddled.
I was just in the dream. That's what I thought. I'd run upstairs, speed of light, like in the Matrix, the last scene, the first Matrix, and just went cover her up so that she feels protected, and then poof, all goes black.
Oh.
Right. So that was my thing. But I also think if that's the end of humanity, in the time that we were in humanity, did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time? Did you get to do the thing you're here to do? Because that thing could happen in 10 minutes, like you said. It could happen.
Yeah.
I don't know why it could happen, but it could happen. It could happen tomorrow, or in 5 years, or in 10 years. I was talking to Dave Marks, bass player, genius musician, and he's like, AI is gonna destroy humanity. I was like, all right, good. Now, are you enjoying being in humanity?
Good.
Do you know what I mean? If you're definite about it, live like you're definite about it.
Yeah, it's true. What was he? Is he not living like he's definite about it?
Well, I think he's happy. I think he's happy. But that's fine. I mean, he loves his kid. He loves the relationship he's in. He loves playing music most of the time, and he's got his mind can take on a lot of information and work with it at the same time so well. So then I can only go as far as I think. I think he's happy, but I'm saying, regardless of what I think in his life, be happy, especially if you are definite that we're all going to shit. If we're all going to shit, you
doesn't really
better
matter then,
smell
does
as many flowers as you can, man.
Yeah.
Do whatever you think being human means, because you're only going to be here for a short time. That's what I'm thinking about life and death, I think. And I also think, my mum passed, I was like, shoot, based on what I believe, there's more for her now. She gets to, there is no she anymore. There is no unified idea of my mum in one localized, concentrated place anymore. I've got to experience the idea of my mum in every way possible.
The flies.
Yeah, that's what exactly. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because for what I believe in, she's everywhere, and if that's
Yeah.
the case, then it maybe would stand to reason that I could be as everywhere as she after the end of my physical human life here.
Yeah, you will with the impact you've had on people as well. That's
Maybe, but
definitely-
what if they all die together as well? What if we all go at one time? This earth explodes. That's what I'm saying. Just have this. I'm loving this conversation.
Yeah, me too.
That's all I can expect, man.
Yeah.
Because next moment could be the last.
Imagine that'd be the end of a podcast.
Literally. Do you know how many people are just expunged? I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah, you can say that.
Can
Yeah,
you
I think that's right.
imagine how many people just, that's it. Their
Yeah.
life like
Well, that's what they reckon happened with the dinosaurs, right? Just one fucking...
one big, dip,
Quite a few times.
right?
Because they found uridium on the Earth.
What's iridium?
Uridium is just a matter that doesn't
Exist on
on Earth.
There you go.
So it just came from space.
And
so something hit.
gone.
And then it's like, oh.
And the thing is, that's probably going to happen again because
100%.
how likely it's not, like, if that's the case, and again, I'm always like, just live now and honestly notice there's nothing going on out there.
Especially when you look
Nothing.
at something like the pyramids, you're like, how the fuck do they do that?
Do you know what I mean?
Like without being very advanced
Do you
and
know what
then
I
being
mean?
pushed back. Do you know what I mean?
And I'm like, again, because I'm not gonna study all of the things. I am gonna study the things that I'm gonna be here to study, because I think that when I study them, I can give whatever I've learned to the people around me, and they can, like, whatever is here can do that. That's my aim. Whatever is here, let it do that.
Yeah.
So that somebody else says, "Oh, I do this because I met Jay," and then I get to have that same thing because I can get to, that person did their thing, so I got to have this, and that means I can go into my life and do that even more. I'm just like, let your life energy spread out really beautifully, and let everyone's life energy spread out really beautifully. When my mum was passing, she had her last few days, and they were saying, the doctors were like, oh, when people lose like brain function, they start to get like, erratic and aggressive and violent and angry. And I was like, yeah, most people, I bet, but not that one.
Yeah.
That one over there, She probably will crack more
that the
jokes.
nettle
And,
tea?
and they're like, how do you think she'll die? I was like, I think one day she'll just fall asleep and that'll be her last sleep. That's it.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, you've got to come to terms with. And I was like, I get that most people would have to come to terms with it. But I'm talking about that person.
I know my mum, yeah.
Yeah, that person just isn't like that. And like that's what they say, when you squeeze lemon, you get lemon juice. Like what's in you, if you get pressure on it, what's in you comes out. My mum on her last days was just cracking joke, just beautiful and nice. Oh, that's nice, good to see you. And everyone was nice, praying and cracking joke. And then she just got quieter and quieter about it. That's it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, that's then my job is to work on what's inside me, because I know that if I'm pressured right now, I'm defensive. I'll snap because I'm defensive.
Yeah.
When my mum was pressured, she just got more peaceful, more relaxed, more chilled, more calm, pleasant, nice, funny, witty.
Kids will they can pressure you to a point. Can't
100%.
they?
So
Or you
my
go
aim,
like-
my aim is to build whatever's inside here, so that at its height of pressure, I've got a habit of bringing out beauty. That's my aim, and it takes creating that when I'm not under pressure, so that when I am under pressure, I can rely on it. And that's the difficult thing, because when things are good, I'm like, everybody get this money. But when things are good and easy, that's when I'm supposed to work on the things that I will rely on when things aren't as good.
I think that's a great way to end
I think you
it.
should talk to your sister.
Yeah, I want to. 100%. Thanks for talking to me about that. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for talking to me
Because
about
I've never
that, bro.
talked to anyone really about it, apart from Roshana.
Oh, bro, we'll talk about it more. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here for it, man.
Yeah, me too. I think it resolves some stuff in my head. Hopefully she doesn't listen and go, you wanker.
Or she does, and it begins. The first part of the conversation is you
Yeah,
wanker.
yeah.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, because if anything, I didn't say anything that's
You
not
said
true.
really beautiful things about
Yeah,
her, and
exactly.
it sounded like from here, it sounded like it was all beautiful things. And you then, if there was anywhere it was going to go, that you tried to protect it. And
Yeah, I was
really get
conscious
it.
of not saying anything too
Yeah,
much to it. I
it's
think
better than I am, because I'm like, everyone can get it, because at the base of it, I know that no one's done anything wrong, so I can say how I see it. So that's why Gemma doesn't like me on your podcast.
Yeah, we love you, Gemma. We'll say it like
We
that.
love you, Gemma, bro. But bro, I really love you, man. I really appreciate you for like, you're comfortable, man. You're comfortable to share. That's the reason why I think you should talk to your sister.
But I think that's
because
also why I am the way I am now. And then I got the way I was before, you know, some dark places, because I wasn't honest. And I think what has gotten me to being in this place is being as honest as possible and running towards the pain, not away from it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it for me, 100%.
Sick, bro.
Sweet.
All right, cool. Nice one, man.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.